Not writing checks. I can't cash. Don't do that.
I'm gonna cash it on you.
You better, because at least make the scale in
I'm gonna cash it on you.
I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message, homie, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I want the money, the pride, respect, and I heard you know so-and-so, you not a threat, cause I really know so-and-so, they like my family, so they gon' pretend that they cool till they busted your motherfucking chest. Getting gutter, my flow been like butter, my check in the bank, they see the number. All of my haters feel one of two ways, really upset or they show some respect. I can't even think about it, I've been up, so read about it, no beat around it, straight to it, no ring around it. You coming for me, we'll see about it, we'll never see it when I get my feet up. 100 meters away, I run the fee up, and go from king and 9 I'm on a Pia. I had to re-up on a reel, so you said to feed her, and put it back into the bit, cause I don't really need it. I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message, homie, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I had to put all their egos in check. You're not entitled to anything else. I get 10 years of this under my belt. Your art is an art, they don't feel it, and nobody hears it. Initiative stay on the shelf. Your ego done got in the way. You gotta die today. It gotta go. You should be happy I lighten the load. The weight of your arrogance, heavy as stone. I make an appearance, they already know. That chip on your shoulder gon' crumble and fold, yeah. It's not a secret that you have been fearing the shit that I'm on, so you back to the brag and the boast. But I'm in a class of my own. I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check.
Boom. Bam. All right, there we go. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Fight week. We've got picks being made tonight, not by us. We work for Cage Titans, but by these two fine young gentlemen. We've got Justin Simmons all the way over to the right. We've got Bobby Homer joining us here as well. And then there's no like fight preamble here.
What am I, not anybody?
Of course, you're Mike Colbert. I don't introduce myself. They don't need to know.
You need to know. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, it's fight week. There's no preamble needed. We're gonna break down the entire card. We're gonna be eating nachos, drinking beer, eating wings, and just giving you all the news for everything you're gonna need to know this week as Cage Titans 51
we got a year from Montoya.
Underway.
Montoya.
Year.
I don't know what the year thing is. I don't
it's
get
a New York
that.
thing, apparently.
Well, it's fight week. If you weren't here last week, we had a huge announcement. We decided to add a second show for the month of February. Cage Titans Combat Night 3 is making the return. We got a stacked fight card for that show, but first things first, we got to get through February 5th, and that is Cage Titans 51. Here we are, first show of 2022. We came back. Nick has said it kind of best. He's like, 2021, we returned from COVID. Now, next 2022 is now we take over. I don't usually like that word because I'm not here to take anything over. I'm just here to kind of compete within our organization and make the best.
Swing,
but I see, in kind of the meaning behind it is we returned. Now here we go. We're just going to keep pushing forward and taking over and doing bigger and better. And here we are starting right out the gate. 2 shows in a month. We got
this card is stacked.
This card. We got 3 title fights. The fight everybody's talking about. We weren't even on air, and these guys are already chatting about the Boogs and the party. Yeah. JoJo, Valdina, and Pofu. There's so many great fights that we can talk about. So without further ado, I guess we'll just why don't we just go right to the first fight? And let me get this up. All right,
break it down.
So our first fight.
We got 14, 15 altogether.
We got 12 fights.
12. I was way
off.
You haven't done your pre-fight prep yet. It's okay.
So here we go.
All this week.
Our first fight, we got a 143-pound amateur Muay Thai fight. This is kicking things off. The last few shows, we've had the Muay Thai fights. One of your teammates, Sugar Cookie, kicked things off a couple shows ago. And the Muay Thai has really been awesome to kick off because, it's just guys biting down, slugging it out.
That's been a good way to open the cards for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And this is our only Muay Thai fight on this card. We will expand upon that on Combat Night 3. We will have, I think it's a split card, half Muay Thai, half MMA, and some super fight grappling. we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to talk about the first fight
You'll have to tune
this
in
Saturday
week.
night. You have to tune in next week. We're here to talk about the first fight Saturday night, and that is phone booth Mike Albert. I actually have to change his teammate. He's from Super Kicks Karate, taking on Carter Whitty out of Regiment, making his debut.
And I love this fight. Both of these guys are making their debuts against each other in the kickboxing cage. It's called a ring, but it's not. They're fighting in the cage. But Mike Albert's been in that cage before, and he's had some really dynamic moments in his fight with Justin Maui Stevens. Landed like a wheel kick or a jumping roundhouse kick. He's got some real dynamic striking, has put it on display on multiple occasions, and he's looking forward to jumping in there and only focusing on the striking in this fight because he's had some shortfalls in the grappling department. Excited to see him finally get his wish and get into a kickboxing fight. But Carter Whitty is someone who I've put rounds in with, and this kid is durable, tough, game as they come. Gets rounds in at Regiment with all the savages down there, Mitch Raposo, Aaron Hughes.
Carter's legit, man.
All these guys, he's grown with them. He's had experience in smokers before, and he's looking to make that jump in. And this is a fight where it's like, once I knew it was made, I like both his people. I love both his fighters, and I can't wait to sit cage side and call this fight. I got a tremendous amount of respect for both young men already. It's opening up 2022, Cage Titans 51. So stoked for it.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
That's all I got.
we got the new guys here.
So are we making calls on this?
Yo, you want to jump right in, huh?
Yeah.
You want to jump right in?
Well, I don't know anything about Mike Albert or Super Kicks. I don't know anything about Carter, but I do know about the Regiment gym. They definitely have a legit crew of guys down there. If he's sparring the way that you're saying, I would be putting my money on him because a lot of those guys have seen a lot of fights, are very active in the fight world. And you said he has some smokers too. If you didn't say the smokers, my money was going to be on the other guy if it was his first time getting into a live fight whatsoever. But being that he's been in there a bit and he's around a good team, my money would be on him for sure.
All right, so you can't just get out easy and say who you think's going to win. You got to give round, decision. How's he going to pull this off?
Oh, okay. Well, it's a Muay Thai fight. Most Muay
Big
Thai
gloves
fights
too, right?
usually go to the decision. I would put my money on him getting it done by decision.
All right.
Especially at that lightweight there.
Well, there you have it. Homer picks Whitty by decision.
You marking these down so we can keep a record here?
Nick, if you want to, you do the nice.
This one was Albert, correct?
No, he picked Whitty.
Big wait.
Yep.
Well, sorry, I was a little tuned out trying to do my social media job over here.
Hold on, I
Send
brought
me
a
a link.
notebook.
I have a whole producer's crew over here. You can link me
I
through.
brought a notebook. I can jot down.
All right, we're gonna have to do like a competition too. We got to come back and see who had the
Yeah,
better picks.
loser has to buy, between me and Bobby, loser has to buy the other one a beer now.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, two beers.
He's gonna drink a lot of beer.
You know you're going to be at the fights, right?
I'm going to be there.
You know how this goes, don't you?
Loser
Oh,
buys.
he doesn't know the rules.
So if
that's
you
right.
you
Snap.
pick Carter, if Mike wins, Mike could come up to you and say, Bobby, owe me a beer.
Oh, wow. I could be buying a lot of fighters beers.
We should have probably told him this
we
before.
didn't preface that.
All right,
I'm
since
sorry.
you're new, we don't hold you. to
I'll
that.
buy some guys.
Yeah, we won't.
I'll-
So if you pick against, all right. So let me give the normal disclaimer I always give.
Here it comes.
The
Wow,
normal
Jesus.
the normal disclaimer is this, guys. Bobby Homer, Justin Simmons, they have no. Well, you were a fighter, so I shouldn't say affiliation, but they have no affiliation internally to Cage Titans. These are their own exclusive picks. Without what do they say, like the express written consent of whatever. Like
Yeah.
we do not. These are
a little
not.
biased in one of them.
You're going to be biased in these fights. These guys are biased. They are fans. And this is also a call out to any other fans that are out there. If you want to join us on a Fight Week show, we always love to bring fans in and let them make their predictions on what the fights. As you just heard on Roll, if you do come here and put your predictions in, you got to be prepared to buy if you pick wrong, to buy the guy a beer.
Pro tip: if you pick against someone that's not old enough to drink,
Yes, that's another good point. But, we open it up to fans. We always like to have some fun with it. Table Times is always about fun. And we like to bring guys in and just make picks and let them do it. But please, if you get picked against, don't message me. Don't message Andy. I can't believe you picked against us. It has nothing to do with Cage
I don't make
Titans.
picks.
We don't make picks.
Against the prom king?
Nope.
Make no picks.
Nope, we do
Don't
not
make
make
no
picks. We're not allowed to make picks.
I do not.
I lost some money on that.
You picked the other guy?
Yeah, I lost.
Are we on DraftKings yet or what?
Oh, we
Oh,
should.
we're
That'd be
working on
cool.
another sports book betting, so we'll
Perfect.
have more
Oh,
on
yeah.
that coming.
Oh, yeah,
coming
definitely.
across.
All right, so Homer, you picked Witty. Now let's go to the pastrami picker. The pastrami pick.
So I've actually trained with Carter for a reasonable amount of time. I've only ever grappled with him, but the kid is a killer. Smells blood in the water. He's tough as they come. I'm telling you. I know this for sure.
When they start with our training with the kid, you know where the pick's going.
Yeah.
I can already start typing.
Yeah, you can. So I'm taking Carter. I'm taking him by decision. I think Mike's also tough. And like you guys had said, he's had MMA fights, but people would kind of take it to the floor with him, right? Grapple instead of just kind of stand and bang. But that can't happen here. So I think it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great way to kick off the show. But I got Carter by decision.
All right. There you go. So we have 2 picks. We were trying to think if anybody in the comments, we need something. We got the pastrami picks and we need something for Homer.
Predictions.
Oh, pastrami predictions. So we need something for Homer. So if anybody has any cool ideas, we need a name for him. But we're going to leave him as Homer's picks for now, but we want some cool names.
I kind of like Homer's hamburger helper. But
Oh, there you go.
OG, better pick Uncle Lionel. Phil Grenier, insider trading. Yes, no, we don't pick. Make the pick. Don't talk about your love affair with the guy.
Rob, I spoke for like 13 seconds. That's as short as it's going to get tonight.
All right, cool. All right, there we go. So our first fight up, and I will say, and I know Mike, Homer's Donuts. Good job, Phil. I got to give a shout out. So just obviously you guys picked about it. Mike Albert, I got to give him a little credit right now because, he did come up short in the MMA game. And he's been begging me ever since we introduced Muay Thai. Mike, get me a fight. Mike, get me a fight, because he just felt like, that's where his bread and butter is, the stand-up game. If you've seen some of his fights, he throws lightning fast kicks. He's got some great stand-up, and he comes from that traditional martial art background. And I think this is going to be his kind of like realm. This is where he really wants to be, where he doesn't have to worry about, guys. He fought Pat Gilbride, who takes him down, arm bars him. Colin Donnelly takes him down. So he's fought some tough guys in the MMA world that just kind of take him down. And now he's going to finally not have. He said to me best earlier today, he's like, I don't have to worry about guys taking me down, and he's so pumped. And Carter, like you guys said, he trains at Regimen. You know who he's training with there. These guys killers at that gym. So it should be
It's a fun fight to kick off a new year. That's all I know. That's a guaranteed shoo-in. I can't wait. It's going to be 6 minutes or less of electrifying action.
My money would be on 6 minutes. I'd parlay it.
You're gonna go? All right. There we go. Now let's go with our next fight. Let me see what I got. Our second fight of the night. I'm trying to pull double duty, guys. So just bear with me.
I'm jotting your picks down.
Thank you.
We got Josh Tillemachi versus Chris Mcdonnell as the second fight of the night.
Perfect. And I got it up there, right there. So Josh Tillemachi is from Go USFC out in New York, and he's taking on Chris Mcdonnell out of South Shore Sport Fighting. We talked about it a little bit last week. This is the first matchup. We have 3 guys coming in from New York from Go USFC, and all 3 of them are fighting against South Shore Sport Fighting guys. So Josh and Chris are really going to set the tone for their team because, I'm sure they're going to want to come out the gate strong and pick up a win in their first fight.
Before,
and kind of, you fought the same teammates, and you kind of set that tone. And you talked to, depending on how the teammate that fights before you, it could start playing with your mindset. But we've seen Chris fight before. We haven't seen Josh. They're super excited to come out from New York. They fought on a couple smaller shows out in New York. And they're, for them, they've been all about it. They keep talking about it. We're so excited to come to Cage Sites, travel out of their home state of New York for the first time ever. So there's traveling coming into play with these guys. Yep. So that they're looking to come put a show on. So that's what I got for them.
All right. So,
real quick, you fought on. Why don't you share with some people what is it like going with when you have teammates fight? We were talking about that off camera before.
It's a little nerve-wracking. I think I'd rather be on a card on my own and just be thinking about myself and worrying about myself. It was definitely on my mind. There's all these things you're trying to keep off your mind, but the reality is everything that's there in front of you is going to be on your mind. And how my teammate was doing was on my mind for sure. I also knew that the person he was fighting was sparring every single week with the person I was fighting, and they know the same thing. I fought Jack Condon and
he fought his teammate.
Miguel, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so you almost
Yeah,
exact same situation.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Speaking of Miguel, happy birthday, you little bitch.
Happy birthday, Miguel.
You really should be
Happy
here with
birthday,
us
Miguel.
having your drinks, but
Yeah.
you're not. So
So
that's why you got called a
So
bitch.
happy birthday, Miguel, longtime Cage Tides guy. He's going to be making his return back in April to Cage Tides. But so actually, I forgot about that. So you actually had almost an identical situation where two teammates were fighting two teammates from the same school.
Yeah, and me and Pete sparred together quite a bit, and I knew the two of them trained together quite a bit. I'm sure seeing his team member win did something good for him, as opposed to me seeing my team member lose, because that's just confident boosting for him. And for me, I'm like, oh, all right, this team's good. You guys are really good, you know. So yeah, it definitely has a factor. There's all this stuff that we say doesn't factor, but I think everything that's in
On
front of
fight
you-
night, you have to be
Yeah.
like, yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you sit back.
Your adrenaline is going far, is high enough that you might not even think it factors, and then later on you reflect on it. Like, yeah, it definitely did. I was definitely thinking about all that.
Yeah. All right. Well, how do you have this one playing out for? Are we gonna? Do you want to change it to Homer's Donuts?
Yeah, let's call it Homer's Donuts.
All right, Homer's Donuts. Good job, Phil. Homer's Donuts. So Homer's Donuts. What are we gonna go with? Tillemachi. He's gonna start it off. Who's starting off the night for their team in the win column?
I'm going to have South Shore Sport fighting on all three of these.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and say that.
I hope you and I differ at some point.
What is the weight class in this
It is
fight?
145.
All right, so I
like where your head's going.
I'll call this one decision. I'm going
All
to
right.
go with the guy from South Shore by decision,
All right.
especially because it's their first fight. Yeah, 145.
There you go. Homer Donuts. He's going Mcdonald by decision. And now we got Pastrami predictions.
So similar. You can get your brooms out because I think South Shore is sweeping this.
Oh, snap.
Just so you
man.
know.
Guys.
I also don't mind owing a couple of dudes from New York a beer if I'm wrong. So I'm okay with that.
I know Gage is watching, so
Yep.
just so you know, Gage, these guys
Not
are fans. They're
affiliated.
not affiliated.
Mike
and,
paid me to say this.
And if he picks against you and your guys win, like they said,
Come
they owe
find
you
me. I'll be
drinks.
sitting front row. You exit the cage to your left.
There you go.
South
And
Shore-
it is
South Shore's just put up so many guys in cage.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, it's hard to bet against them when they have so many.
Everything. So it really comes from a place. I don't know any of the three guys fighting from South Shore. I don't know any of the three guys coming in from New York. But they're traveling here from New York to South Shore Sports Fighting's backyard. And I've seen the products that South Shore produces.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to go 3-0. They're going to shut them out, in my opinion. This one's going to be first round TKO.
ooh, we got a
TKO.
you're going. So we're gonna go McDonald. And we're going.
It's all love, Gage said. I
Yes.
appreciate that. Please come get your beer if I'm wrong. I will go right to the booth and buy you.
I will
That's fine.
happily buy them
Yeah.
all. Beers.
Not a problem.
The good question is, are you guys all old enough? I think Gage is. I don't know about his two teammates. But we got the Pastrami prediction, Chris McDonald, first round TKO. And he's in
McDonald's been on the shelf for 4 years. I'm
Yeah,
starting
he
to
has
see him
some
getting
fun.
back in. You know, he coming off a win over Justin Stevens in his last outing in January of 2018, and his ring rust going to be a factor. You know, he's been active. He's training at South Shore. They train every day.
fellow lover,
Savages down there.
Montoya, fellow New Yorker, saying it's all love.
Yeah.
And Montoya knows we love New Yorkers down here in Cage Titans. We love all the guys.
But what we know that Tillemachi's been in there recently. He's 0-1, if I'm not mistaken. Off the top of my head, I do believe he's 0-1.
He's
And
0-2.
0-2. So yeah, he's
You know he's hungry for a win.
he's in a much hungrier spot. He's been more active as of late. That's going to be playing a factor in this fight. But Chris McDonald has already proven everything that he can in his win over Justin Maui Stevens, and he had a hell of a fight with Jordan Brown in a decision loss, and Jordan Brown went on to fight for a title after that. So, yeah, that's the second fight, the first MMA fight.
First MMA.
2022.
2022. There you go. Mark this down. I don't think I've ever had a drink.
Mark them both.
I haven't ever had a drink on Table Titans. I'm having
Get out of here.
brand new
Yes, you have.
Bud Light Seltzer Classic
you have.
Cola. There you go.
I don't know exactly when, but I find that hard to believe you've never had a
I
beer.
don't think I have. These are Seltzer Colas.
What do we got
Pretty
next?
interesting. Next up,
Oh,
we got a banger for sure.
yeah.
You got
This is a good
145-pound amateur division. Phil Losigno made his debut last event. Fight of the year candidate taking on Danny Wahlberg. out of US MMA. When you think about a guy coming out of US MMA, you know the studs that are coming out of there. Ashley Barrett, Jake Dillon, Shane Doherty. You know, this is just another new guy looking to make his debut. When they train with guys like that, you know they're ready. And Phil Lusigno, the Bambino. This guy,
fight on the last card?
he fought Jake Caskey.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
Yeah.
Banger of a fight. He tells me he's been in the gym nonstop since that fight. He's like, you're going to see a completely different animal.
Yeah, he's dedicated to this. So we had him on here a few weeks back, 28 years old, knows he's 0-1, but he's completely invested in making a pursuit in the fight.
Plus,
He's got commercials about him already.
I was gonna say you don't cut a promo, cut a commercial like that.
He made his own commercial.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a buddy make like a little training montage. It was badass.
But we know that Danny Wahlberg is a young assassin at a US MMA, and that his team speaks nothing but high regards of him and how dedicated he is to being in the gym all the time. I believe he's a blue belt, if I'm not mistaken. So he's decorated all around game, making his debut against someone who's a Fight of the Year candidate. You know that they're confident in this young fighter to go in there against someone with a lot of clout already. So I'm stoked.
Zach
You never know what you're getting with a debuting fighter, but he's fighting off a tough test in his first fight. So a testament to his mentality towards this. I like it.
I remember
Zach Searle says, with all that being said, Danny Wahlberg by sub. That's his prediction, Zach Searle, not mine.
Oh, Searle? He's making predictions now? I like it. We could get him on there.
No,
Jake has
don't do
really
that to
good
Mike.
wresling, and Phil was able to fill the distance with him and defend it. Jake's wrestling is really good, so I'd be surprised if the guy at a US MMA, they have good jiu-jitsu, but I don't see a lot out of their wrestling in their fights lately. So I'd be surprised if he just gets him down against the sub easy. My money would be on Phil in that fight. And he had a war with Jake in that last one, so I'm going to go ahead and say second round TKO for Phil.
All right.
So
The Homer's donut pick.
I have not made my pick yet.
Second round TKO. There
Sounds
we
like
go.
JoJo's coming down.
Yep, JoJo's coming down.
Oh, snap.
He's calling from a van.
So
Down by the river.
here's my concern with Danny. I have no doubt that he's probably a killer from US MMA, right? If he's getting sparring rounds with Shane Doherty, even Hillary Rose, Ashley Barrett, like killers come from that camp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the adrenaline dump is going to be something that Phil, I believe when he called in, he said, like, you know, he didn't channel his emotions well enough in the first fight. Like he let it kind of get the best of him a little bit.
And he still went 3 rounds.
Jake
That's
Caskey, who's a killer. You know what I mean? We saw
Jake Caskey, 2 Cage Titans fights, both Fight of the Year
Yeah,
candidates.
right.
And one he won Fight of the Year.
He's getting a lot of cage time in his first MMA fights.
right. You know what I mean? So he has experience. I think he's going to be able to channel those nerves a little better, force some good energy out of it. I got Phil, the Bambino Lusigno, by 3rd round.
Oh.
TKO.
All right. So we're going to save that.
Oh, our picks even
Boom.
come up at the bottom of the screen now. You guys really stepped
Dude,
up.
we're trying to step up. Nick, what are you going to put? Or what do you want him to do?
Yeah, just patch me in like the producer does. Like, yeah, I'm the chin of the Brendan Schaub show here.
So what do you want me to just put your
Thickies.
sound in?
Yeah, just plug me in so I can give my pick.
We're just making the same picks so far.
I know.
Yeah, I'll
I
be
hope
the
we differ
tiebreaker.
soon.
It's good for the other guys, though, because that's double beers for all of our road.
Yeah, I get hammered.
Actually, Nick is picking up both mics.
Picking up all my okay,
Yeah.
we'll drop it. But,
Right now, if I had to choose between the two,
You can't pick. You're a representation of
Oh, yeah,
Cage
that's
Titans.
right, all right.
Sorry.
It's
Sorry, I
sorry.
muted Mike and he's not coming on the screen.
all good.
Fail.
Fail.
You can switch though.
All good, all good.
So JoJo likely at least. All right, so JoJo is coming down.
Nice.
All right, so let's go back to the picks. I'm trying to.
Let's time it perfectly so we're on his fight whenever he
Pastrami
gets here.
prediction, Lusigno round 2. So we got 2 picks. You guys are both on the same picks every time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I hope we differ soon, man.
Double beer purchases.
I know, dude. They're gonna be double fisting every time.
Yeah.
If you pick anyone, here we go. All right. So next up, we're gonna go to our next fight of the night, and we have boom.
You guys got to keep building it up because I don't know all these guys, and you're giving me a good little background on them.
All right.
I try.
So
What's
yeah,
the next
perfect.
one?
All right, Jonas Tucker out of Go USFC, taking on Sean Costello out of South Shore Sport Fighting. Now, this fight's at 135.
Yep.
Both guys are winless in their career so far.
Yep.
Jonah 0-1, Sean Costello 0-3. Somebody's always got to go. Somebody's got to pick up that first win. Somebody's always got to go, and somebody's got to pick up their first win. Who's it going to be? What do you got for us? Andy's eating. Sorry, Andy.
Got a mouthful of nachos right now. That's what I got for you. But
Give me Costello by decision.
Whoa, we wouldn't even get to it.
That's what I want.
all right, making your pick.
That's my pick.
Hand us all this food and get the build up.
Jonah, I don't know anything about it. I know he's 0-2. And he's coming from USFC.
Go USFC.
Go USFC out in New York. And like you said, this team, they all hungry for their first win over there. Sean Costello also hungry for his first win. 0-3. We've seen him just display a full, complete game already here in Plymouth. His fight with Sam Stewart was a crazy grappling match. There were like omoplata attempts that he is escaping at. Just crazy jiu-jitsu skills. Even in his losses, he's shown toughness. He's shown experience. He's shown the ability to scramble. And he's another shelf fighter from South Shore Sport Fighting who hasn't been around in a couple of years. And someone who, sitting at 0-3, you'd hope would come back and come in and fight. So I'm glad to see him jumping back into competition in the MMA realm again.
And just
Johnny
to help
Tucker,
these guys,
somebody who's making the trip out from New York, and can't wait to see what Go USFC brings to Plymouth. It's a whole traveling team, like we've already stated. We already know you guys' picks on all of these fights. You stated them before. You're picking the clean sweep, but an opportunity for them to really just come in and silence the hometown crowd.
Definitely Go USFC.
Yep.
Seems like they said, I don't care what the name is. I don't care who it is. Let me know.
It's kind of funny. These guys.
They seem like savages like
Gage
that.
has kind of like been the kind of ringleader. It's his team, and him and Brandon Boats, who are fighting later on the card. It was really cool. They just kind of were like, "Hey, listen, who do you got from your team?" Like, "Oh, who do I got? All right, my guy would match up with your guy." They kind of like did my job for me. They kind of were just like very cool. Like, "Hey, who do you got? This is who I got at this weight. Who do you got at that weight?" And they kind of just made the fights, and they came to me. Originally, it was just going to be Gage and Brandon, and then Gage had a couple teammates, and Brandon's like, "I got a couple teammates. They're about the same weight classes. Let's see if they want to fight." So it kind of came together. In my little piece to the guys that are fighting, especially in this card, somebody was joking or being like, it's going to be a draw. Don't ever judge a fight by what their records are.
No.
And one of your commentary partner, Richie Santiago, started out his career 0-3 and 0-4. Then he went on an amazing run, won an amateur title with Cage Titans, then went on an undefeated streak in his pro career, fought all the way up to Dana White's Contender Series, and now he's sitting at like 8-2, 8-3 as a professional fighter. So like how you start your career off, it does not cement you into one path.
Look at what your teammate Lionel's done recently.
Yeah.
And he'll be the first one to tell you he took any fight at any weight against anyone. He didn't give a shit. And now he's kind of focused.
He's a badass.
He's focused a little bit, and now he's on a run. He's one of the hottest fighters in Cage Titans right now.
Yeah.
Right? Like
He's
records
quite a bit.
Right.
Lionel 2.0.
Yeah.
So,
records mean don't
all
mean
right,
shit.
you said you're going with Costello, but you did not give your – how's it going to go?
You were saying Costello had good jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah,
He was going for all fighters.
I like
So-
Yeah.
scramble.
It's 135. These guys are hungry. Both have losses. I'm going to go for a second round sub.
What kind of sub?
I'd love to see an omoplata or anything like that. I doubt anyone's going to get it in an MMA fight. But
Omoplata. You want me to put omoplata?
I have to pick the sub.
Yeah.
I thought
Because you guys, we're going to come down to a lot of – we might
in
have to
parlays,
get
you
down.
don't have to choose the sub. What do I win for choosing the sub in a parlay?
If you beat me a beer.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
All right, Costello, try to get that second round omoplata for
There we go.
I like
Homer's
that.
Donuts going with Costello, second round omoplata. And he did actually attempt it in one of his fights against
Sam Stewart attempted
Sam
it
Stewart.
on him.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
escaped it.
Oh, man.
You want to change? You want to change it?
But if you could escape it like that, I'm sure he's got
It'd
the
be a
chops
triangle.
for it. It's South Shore sport fight. They got jiu-jitsu chops regardless. So
Well, Homer's Donuts going.
Big gambles. That's definitely one of the hardest.
That's a big gamble. And then Homer's Donuts going with Costello round 2 omoplata, and the pastrami prediction is going with Costello versus Costello via decision. All right, let's see what we got next. Oh, I'm gonna let Andy take the lead on this one. This fight is probably gonna be steal the show.
This is I know what your pick for fight of the night is. We discussed it first, but this one might be my pick for fight of the night. That's fair. It's just
Fred. Don't worry, I know you were joking. I like Fred. Fred's a good dude.
Fred's like strangely related to me, and I'm not sure how. Like via marriage somehow. Like I'm engaged to someone like in his family. We saw each other at some family function. He was like, "Don't you go to Cage Titans?"
So awesome. Brandon Demora. Obviously, I've trained with him since he was a wee little lad. You know,
wee little lad,
like my baby brother there.
I did ask him if he could call him Little B. He said he can't. He's not Little B anymore.
He's not Little B anymore.
I said, "What was your nickname?" And he goes, he's no more Little B.
He's Little
Spider-Man.
He's still Little
him to Little B forever right now.
You can fight me if you hate it much. You're still a Little B to me, Brandon. Doesn't matter. And you're 5'9.5". You're not 5'10". But anyways, I've watched him grow as a fighter, and I'm stoked to see him get in there again. He's 1-1 sitting already in his career, coming off a loss to Valdina.
Who's fighting for the title?
Who's fighting for the title. Just nothing but savages that he's competed with, hungry to get back in there. I know how determined he is. And his opponent is someone that I also respect. Carlos Vestaziano is someone who I've seen in there.
Local Lobo.
Enough said, right? At a local Lobo. He's been fighting for a long time. He hasn't fought in 5 years, not since 2017, but he stacked that year up with 3 fights.
John Lassard, a team NES.
So
was John Lassard? I don't know.
He fought Lassard, and Lassard went on to fight Raposo for a title fight after that. So that was the level that Vestaziano was at 5 years ago.
He's competed at a Cage Titans grappling tournament. Won his division there.
All right. We know he's got the grappling skills. He's training at a local Lobo. We know he's just a decorated grappler just on that basis alone. But he's demonstrated it in the cage before. Like you said, went toe-to-toe with Lassard. I remember some insane scrambles in that fight as well. But like I said, it's 5 years ago. But he's hungry to jump back in. And I've seen him on the mats at Lozon, seen him training, knew that he was looking to get back and fight, and he's been thinking about it for a while. It's just unfortunate that he's fighting a teammate of mine. But
the
again,
other thing is,
no matter
B.
what, as an analyst, I'm not making any picks in this fight, regardless of who it is. I'm going to be I go into it completely objectively, and I know that this is just going to be a fucking barn burner.
And if you remember
they are high volume strikers, and Demora he doesn't stop. When he gets going, he's
think about this. This is what was this 3 or 4 years ago? His last fight?
2. I mean, he's only 20, so he's only
I've seen
for a couple of years.
So.
And that was like right after he graduated high school.
Immediately after his first fight against.
And he waited to fight because he had Tim Hagen.
Andrew Hagen. Tim Hagen. That's I knew it was Hagen, but I knew it wasn't Tim.
That was like right after he turned 18 too.
Andrew Hagen. Yeah.
Right after he turned 18, we had to wait till he turned 18 to get his first fight. Then he did it in the summer before he was going to go away to the military after he graduated high school. It was a great story. We all kind of wished him goodbye, and I think we sang him happy birthday in the cage or something, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
it was like a big send off.
I was so emotional.
But he's back.
You guys sang Lil B happy birthday in the cage.
We've done it a couple times. And actually, shout out to Erin Johnson, who's fighting on this Saturday. Her birthday is actually Saturday night. Her 21st birthday.
I'm not buying anyone else beers. Shuey. The fighters, I think. Shuey.
Send it.
Oh, Shuey's? We haven't done a Cage Titan Shuey yet.
That is disgusting.
No, that left with Randy Costa.
That is disgusting.
Costa did a Shuey?
But anyways, Vestaziano versus Brandon.
All right, who we going with?
I just know it's going to be a rangy slugfest between these two until someone falls. And if no one falls, it's going to be action-packed because both these guys got cardio. So it matters not to me. I know that this is going to be a crazy fight. It's going to be – everybody's going to be on their feet in this fight. It's just a shoo-in for fight of the night, in my opinion. But, yeah, that's what I got here. And, yeah, I'm too stoked. I can't even put words to it. Yeah.
All right, so.
My money's on Demora. I would say second-round TKO. Young kid, super hungry. It's a little slugger. I relearned after watching the Prom King on the last fight card not to bet against the young guy.
Yeah.
So my money's on Demora. I know he's hungry. I see him backstage helping train a lot of the local fighters too. and I see him online training all the time. That kid's definitely ready.
Going
to
with
fight.
Homer Donuts. Going with Demore, second round
How old is
TKO.
Zamora?
20.
Oh, this might be my free beer. If I pick against them, and then I don't have to buy them. I just want to differ with picks from you. Honestly, I have Demora too.
I'm sorry.
I have Demora too. I just don't want to have. The
We're
same
both
picks as you.
local, so we're going to be somewhat locally biased.
I know.
Too, I feel.
I know.
Well, they're both local.
They're both
guys.
local, yeah.
They are. Yeah, they are both local guys.
So what are you
The
going?
more I see around the scene a little more, so it's hard to pick against them. And I'm sure you feel the same way.
I think decision because both guys are animals. I'm going decision. Total distance. Yeah.
All right, that's honestly, this is one of the fights that I have circled, as one of the ones that are like, this is going to be a standout fight.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Also, how do we know that Demora's not Spider-Man? He looks exactly like Spider-Man.
He does. He does. I saw the
could be.
picture.
You cannot confirm or deny that he is not Spider-Man.
If anybody's ever seen Demora and Spider-Man in the same place at the same time, please let us know so we can confirm that it is not.
I wouldn't be
Maybe
surprised.
dress up as Spider-Man to the weigh-ins tomorrow. Setting up the cards.
Oh yeah, dude, you're giving and we talk about own your moment. Like we've seen this with so many fighters. Party with the cowboy hat, guys coming out with flags, like masks, like own that moment. I think that could be his moment. That could be his viral moment if he comes out as Spider-Man.
Party walked
First
out like he
walk-up.
was a rock star last time, hanging out on the stage for a bit there.
Oh, dude, how that
Just
walkout
dancing on
was-
the stage for like.
and then
7
just
minutes.
high fiving guys as Hey, remember when I had this before we were on the show? when I went outside and took a picture. Oh man! But anyways, so pastrami prediction: Demora via decision. And next up,
Oh yeah.
I wonder who you're gonna pick on this one,
Right.
pastrami.
Whoa! Don't assume.
All right, here we go. Our next fight.
If I wasn't a little biased, from
Why would
fighter
you assume
night,
I'm picking all those on? I'm picking against Valdina. I hate Valdina. Fuck that guy.
This very well could be fighter of the night as well.
Oh
Ladies
my god.
always steal the show.
This is my. Yeah. If I had to put money on fight of the night, it's the one.
Anna Crutchfield is coming off some momentum.
Rob
Picking
Pico's
up her
buying the
first
birthday
MMA
beers.
win. Aaron Johnson, Valdina gets
On her birthday.
On her birthday.
All she's asked for is a girl that would show up, and Anna seems like
this
not
is
only will she
another,
show up, but she's gonna bring it.
This is another same team fight.
Yeah, it's SBG.
SBG is
Yeah,
fighting
blows
Andrew
on that.
Valdina later on.
And Zach Cyril, he did have a good comment. We should have went Homer the Greek from Greek mythology into the spit, but we're all idiots, he said, so we couldn't have thought of that. But whatever. I don't know what that meant. So we have another opportunity where there's an SBG Alabama, Arthur's new school down there.
Yep.
He's coming up to fight Valdina for the title. He's like, I got a teammate if you need anybody. And I was like, just so happens, War baby.
Not
Aaron
just
Johnson.
a teammate too. She seems.
I
legit as
tried
they
to
come.
get Aaron a fight on the last 4 cards we had. It went so bad as like we announced the fight on Table Titans, and then next
day.
morning the girl pulls out. It's been terrible. That's not the case here. Anna is ready to go.
Yep.
She's been promoting and posting all her training videos, extensive background in boxing and stand-up skills. She flies in Thursday. Her teammate Arthur's already up here, getting everything ready for their arrival. This fight right here, and it's Aaron's birthday. I mean, it's pretty cool. She finally gets to fight. She just fought No Boundary doing a Muay Thai fight last weekend. And here she is and won that. And here she is 2 weeks later.
We just know that both of these girls love to fight, and they're
Yes.
going to fight in front of the best crowd in New England, and it's going to blow the
That place.
doors off.
That place is gonna be electric. I think.
It's-
I really do. Because you got to assume, right? Arthur's probably selling a lot of tickets because this is like
His homecoming.
his homecoming.
And he's coming
right?
home to get the belt.
You got to assume that all of Arthur's fans are going to be rooting for Anna.
Yeah.
Right. You have to assume that teammates, all SBG
Is
style
this
guys.
Arthur's first prospect he's putting into a fight too?
So Arthur was training up here at SBG East Coast,
Right.
down with like Jeff Perez and guys like that. Then over COVID, when the shutdowns happened up here a lot, he went down to SBG in Alabama, and he's been down there ever since. So now down there, he has a teammate who's Anna.
Right.
And he had one other person that he asked me if I could bring up. I just didn't have any matches for. But this is like, he's not her coach per se. They have 2 coaches come with them.
Yeah.
But,
They've been training
teammate, fellow
together.
teammate.
Yeah.
They've been training together for the last year and a half through all this COVID stuff.
What a fight!
All
What
right.
do you pick? You start thinking.
All right, you start first.
All right, that's fine. So I got. First of all, I got this being one of the greatest first rounds in Gage Titans history because I think they're going to just stand and bang, and it's going to be nonstop action from bell to bell. And then I got Aaron winning in the second round by submission.
All right, Johnson. I'm going to write War Baby.
And I want, War baby, and I want
Second round submission. What kind of submission? You have to pick the submission.
Armbar.
Round.
Easy.
Armbar.
But I want it to be known. That's not because she can't stand and strike with her. It's just the path of least resistance after a killer first round. I think they're going to trade.
Well, that's the
Anna's trained with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. She's now at SBG, which is a good school. Obviously, Erin is very well-rounded.
I was interested because, like, Anna has that background and stand-up, and then you assume coming out of Lozon's and things like that. We were talking about when this fight was made that it's going to be the striker versus the grappler.
Hell no.
They're like, wait.
Hell no.
You know, when Erin goes out there, she's 2-0 in Muay Thai. She's like, hey, listen, I'm not a grappler only. I can throw hands.
Can I tell you exactly what Erin said? I said, look, I'm going to say, like, I got you winning by second round submission. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that? And she said, yeah, I'm cool with that. That's great. Thank you so much. Also, I just want you to know I have it in my back pocket that I'm a better fighter than her. And I was like, yes, agreed. Don't hurt me. Like,
don't beat me up.
I completely fucking agree with you.
All right. You might have swayed Homer's picks. What do you got?
I'm gonna go with Anna.
Oh, Crutchfield, the first differentiation.
What? I think that they're gonna.
You're a hater,
I think
Bobby.
they're gonna come out swinging too, and I think Anna's gonna find the first round TKO.
Oh, there we go.
You don't know much about War, baby, do you? There's no quit in that girl. I'm telling you. That's a fair pick. That's a fair pick. And honestly, I wish Anna wasn't fighting one of my teammates because this would be one of the out of towners that I was like that I'd be rooting for.
Hey, I'll buy Erin her birthday beer.
That's fine. Yeah, cool with that.
And that's not a bad thing to do. You
might
buy her birthday beer anyways. I'm sure she's gonna get plenty of birthday beers.
If she wins on her 21st birthday, she probably will get plenty. But yeah, I'd buy her one anyway.
Yeah, I actually when Shane Doherty's been the closest to birthday fighting on his birthday. He fought his birthday week, his 21st, and he didn't have any beers because he was in obviously fight week. And we gave him a beer in the cage, and he slammed a shot. Like it was whatever it was.
It was Gatorade.
It was Gatorade, but we pretended it was. Wink, wink. All right, guys. So there you go. We finally have our first, going against.
We need something
got
different.
Homer's Donuts got Crutchfield by first round TKO, and the pastrami prediction is War Baby second round Amba. So there we go.
Don't bet against War, baby, man.
No.
Not bet against her.
You bet against her.
That's fine, as long as you bring your wallet to buy her a beer on the 21st birthday.
And then our last fight with the team.
Someone celebrating their 21st birthday in the cage, followed by someone making his debut in the cage at 44 years old. I love this.
I love this one, dude.
Gage Luby, the third fighter to go USFC, making his way down to Plymouth Memorial Hall from New York to take on Brendan Boats. As you mentioned earlier, this was the fight that this whole Go USFC versus South Shore Sport Fighting has.
Gage is in the comments.
Come to fruition was based around this fight. Brendan Boats been around for a long time. We had him on Table Titans. He's been around since he was hanging out with Alex Karalexis back in the day. Made the decision that he didn't want to be one of those people that saw people fighting and then wished later on in life that he wished he had gone in and done that. So he's saying, screw it. Now's the time. 44 years old. I'm taking this fight. Gage Luby.
Did you read that?
Yeah, Brandon Boats, sponsored by Life Alert.
Oh, my God.
All right, Zach.
Oh, my God.
Zach's been trying to get me to post one of his comments up. You got me on that one. That's a good
funny one.
That's a good one.
I'll give him that. That's a funny one.
But anyways, Boats.
That was a good
comment.
comment.
I know firsthand that old guys out of South Shore Sport fighting a tough SOB.
Well, you fought Adam Russell at his debut at 42 last show.
It's like a theme out of there all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's all yeah. It's cool. We started a trend. It's I like it. It's a fun fight. Gage Luby has had 6 fights. He's 0-6. He's hungry for his first win. He's got a great attitude, a great mentality about him. We had him on as well as his teammate Jonah. And
he's been doing he's been fighting for 5-6 years now, and he has a lot of other fights that aren't even documented on his record. Yep. And he's had wins outside of sanctioned MMA. He's done Muay Thai. He's done all kinds of stuff. Now, what I love about him, he's kind of now trying to bring some of his friends and some teammates along. He's trying to take them under the wing. And, and I said to him, I go, hey, how do you want to see this fight order play out? And what he said to me is listen, this is about them traveling. They're, first having a good experience, first time they're doing stuff like this. Let them have the shine. Let them have the spotlight. Let them fight first.
This is what Gage said?
I can focus on them. And I obviously he's not saying he's not going to focus on his fight, but he's a veteran. He's been around for a bunch of years. So he wants to kind of give the light to his teammates and give them the full attention so they can focus on them. and not have himself fight first. So that was kind of his reasoning on the way that the fight's kind of laid out. And I got to respect that. So, yeah, it should be interesting. Yeah.
So you got, let's keep you going with it.
All right. When is the next combat night? Will Asia. Kind of funny you say that. February 25th, Friday, February 25th. Combat night 3. Muay Thai, MMA glove Muay Thai, and super fight. Shit, I just gave you one of my little tips we're going to talk about later. MMA glove Muay Thai is going to be on combat night 3.
That's going to be wild.
Really?
Let's go.
MMA glove Muay Thai. Is it pro?
Pro or Annie. We have a pro fight and we have an Annie fight. Anyways, Homer Donuts.
No,
We're here to talk about February 5th. I know. I shouldn't have teased
first.
everybody on that
All right.
one.
All right.
All right. So we're going to go pastrami prediction. What do you got?
Oh, pastrami. Me first? All right. I got Brendan. I got him by sub.
What round?
The first round.
What kind of sub?
Rear naked.
Rear naked choke. There you go.
Also, give me 1 second to just say hello to Emery, who is my favorite little 5-year-old girl who said it was okay that I came here tonight rather than spend time with her as long as I said hello to her on the camera. So, hi, Emmy. I hope you're listening to Grandma. Go to bed soon because it's past your bedtime. I love you. And
Is she watching?
Yeah, she's watching right now. That's what I'm saying. And thank you for allowing me to come here and hang out with some of my friends.
There you go. So sweet.
Yeah.
If my kids are up watching this, go to F.
Go to bed.
Because I want to come home and relax, and actually not really relax, but yeah.
Go to bed right now because I want to go home and relax.
All right, the Homer Donuts. You're going with Boat's first round rear naked choke.
I am.
No,
Yep.
he's
No, I
going.
know.
I'm going with Brandon also.
Zach's getting me today.
Well, we picked this team across the
Yeah,
board.
we already knew we were agreeing on this one.
He's older though, and I what's the other guy's name again?
Gage Luby.
Gage Luby. I got a chance to watch some of Gage leading up. He's the only guy on that team I got to watch. He can definitely go all 3 rounds. So I'm going to say that Brandon wins by decision.
All right.
Gage is a tough kid for sure.
All right, there you go. The Homer Donuts pick
That's fair.
is Boats by decision. The pastrami prediction is Boats by first round rear naked choke. Interesting.
Yeah.
Who's punching and kicking at
Oh, snap.
155? Will,
He's
hit me up
jumping
after we
in.
get off here. We'll make a fight for you. Brandon's going to get in. Yeah, all right. There we go. All right. So.
Oh, what you did?
Took our microphone out.
Mistakes were made.
Lindy Titans. Knock it right over. Can't invite you anywhere.
That's why we can't have nice things, Mike. I hit the table twice.
Sorry for
Pretty
everybody
ra-
listening with headphones.
Rather softly. Rather softly.
That was the sound of gravity.
Yeah.
That was- Yeah, we just lost viewers because you just popped eardrums.
No, we're rising right now. Don't worry.
All right. We're going to be getting to the good fights.
Oh, here we go.
So,
They're all good fights.
Well, I
We'll
mean,
get to
like the main
now.
card.
The
Yeah,
main
yeah.
card. It's all pros from here on out, except for the amateur title fight. Every single fight is scheduled for 15 minutes or less from here on out.
I'd like to shout out Tom Ranley, too, in the comments saying, make Justin a commentator.
wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Is that what you're getting at?
Combat night, maybe? Debut?
All right.
I like Andy. We have good chemistry here.
Oh, you want to fight Andy?
No.
Let's go.
I mean,
Fight your heart. You ever seen Snatch? Fight your heart.
Next up, we got Jake Hicksenbaum taking on Rob Avale out of Lausanne. Hicksenbaum is making his pro debut out of Bone MMA. Jacob Bone is in the main event, taking on Joe Giannetti. So we got 2 teammates fighting here on the same card. And Rob Avale, he's coming from Lausanne's, which has 3 guys on this card.
he is a savage.
He's had a
He
great
is a
amateur
savage.
career. Both guys have a solid amateur careers, and they're looking to make a big
That's what I
splash
mean, both.
in their pro debut.
This is debut versus debut, but a lot of experience. We've said, some of these debut versus debut amateurs, which we have none of those on the card tonight.
Yeah.
But like, for example, Caskey versus Walsh. You look like 2 debut and amateurs that look like seasoned veterans out there. But no, these are 2 actual seasoned veterans making their pro debut against each other. Hicksenbaum, like you said, is coming out of Jacob Bone MMA. And we know that Bone has 18 fights as a pro against the best of the best in his division.
Probably
This
not
is
an
his
easy
protege
fight in that
who's
record.
following in his footsteps, and he's taken on a tough test already in his debut in Robert O'Valley, who's just.
Is it fair to say that this is somewhat grappler versus striker?
Who's the grappler?
Jake.
what I mean.
From the videos that I've watched, he seems very grappling heavy.
He's a long, lanky, definitely
For
long
sure.
and lanky.
For sure.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
it
I
looked like
guess.
he had some grappling credentials. I watched 3 fights of his, sitting here preparing for this, and I saw multiple guillotines, an armbar from bottom. I mean, it looks like
He's got some chops on the mat.
It looks like
caught
my-
an armbar from bottom.
Yeah.
If you're catching armbars from bottom, you have grappling for sure.
right.
Yes, it's. But
I mean, MMA fight.
And this is a good fight. Like Higginbaum
Yeah, Rob
was supposed to
Mills
make
fought on
his
the ground
pro
even though-
debut
No,
seen him.
no, but his striking is
against Dion Rubio at our last event. Dion ended up having COVID, I believe, so he had to pull out of the fight or he was sick.
Yep.
So Higginbaum waited for this show
Right.
to make his pro debut. So obviously he's been anticipating this pro debut for a while. And for O'Valley, he was trying to get on a Cage Titans card to make his pro debut for like the last 2 or 3 events. He ended up taking the last amateur fight because he couldn't get a pro debut on the last event. So he fought out in New York doing a Muay Thai last minute. So, both guys have been hungry to make their pro debut.
Mhm.
They've known it's coming. So they've been preparing for the elbows and all the stuff that comes with it.
I kind of love it.
Rob
that the
being a Muay
first-
Thai guy already has the knees and
Yeah,
the
he's
elbows
probably
down
itching.
pat.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He wants to release them.
And exactly. It's like both of these guys, like you said, have
Oh, yeah.
so much experience at the amateur level, just all culminating into this moment where they make their debut against each other. The first MMA professional fight of the year in the state of Massachusetts. I can't wait to call it. So I
Yeah.
can't make a pick. That's your guys'
And
job
I'm
tonight.
excited just because like you really don't know what you're gonna get from either one of these guys.
Yeah.
Neither one, like sometimes when you get a pro debut for Cage Titans, like you've seen one of the guys make his debut, but like he's fought for Cage Titans as an amateur, so it's not like your first time seeing that guy. This is the first time we've seen either one of these guys. We haven't had the pleasure of seeing either one of them compete as amateurs. This is the first time any Cage Titans fans are going to be exposed to him at all. So you don't really know what you're going to get. So it's going to be interesting.
Well, I've had the pleasure of seeing Rob O'Valley spar, and I'm going to take him by second round KO.
All right. O'Valley, second round KO.
Second round KO. All right.
KO, clean KO. You don't see those too often.
Nope.
All right, second round KO for O'Valley with the
I know
pastrami
about Rob.
prediction.
I've seen him around. I've seen him fight.
Because you're up in Citadel, so like,
Yeah.
have you ever
I've
crossed
gone
over
down.
at Hard Knocks?
I've gone down over to UFC gym and seen
Probably
him down there.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's over at Hard Knocks. They come through.
Mm-hmm.
Wicked good dude too.
I've seen his fights too.
Awesome.
Seems very friendly.
I'm going to say Rob by decision just because it's both of their debuts. And when people debut pro, they're always like putting it all on the line.
What weight is this at?
155. So there you go.
Is it Ovale or O'Valley?
Dude, I'm bad with pronunciation.
Yeah,
You know
I
me.
don't know. Look, listen, my last name's half the
Sorry, Rob.
alphabet, so
We'll
if it's
figure it out.
mispronounced so much, I don't feel bad.
That's
if
why
anyone
at
else
weigh-ins-
does, but-
You know well. How do you say
I just
that?
call him Rob. I don't say Mr. O'Valley, O'Vale. I don't have no clue. But
It's coming
I
from
will
your
say
friend, Rob.
this. I will say this as well.
Yeah, can't blame us. He doesn't even know how to pronounce your name. He trains with you.
I will say this. I saw Jake fight at 140 and 145.
Oh, really? I didn't know he fought that low.
If I have the right Jake Hickson Bao are
I mean, it's not really a popular name. Let's look. I gotta
pretty
look that up.
positive. Full contact management, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yep. 140 and 145. I think Rob's going to be too much for him.
Too big.
Yeah, just physically too big, so the grappling won't work.
145 in his last fight.
So the grappling won't work.
145. But just on that note, if you look 140, so that was back in 2018. He's a fairly young kid. He was born in 99. Oh man, I graduated high school in 99. But anyways,
At least he's 21 plus, so I'll buy him a
you
beer.
can
if
buy
he wants.
22. 3-4 years ago, he's an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I got to assume he's kind of filled out his body, got on a strength and conditioning routine. So I wouldn't put too much stock in. I mean, yes, but if you look at his height and all that stuff, this kid's.
Isn't he on one of the cards recently? He looks familiar to me.
He was supposed to fight Rubio on the last card.
So, he was just
But-
hanging out there. But I've seen him.
I don't
He
know
looks
if I've seen him.
familiar.
But all
He
right,
wasn't around in person, but you might have seen the picture.
Maybe I saw
That
one of the
might be
flyer
the-
photos.
Yeah.
all right. So
What is with him today?
He's on fire.
He's on fire today. Honestly, I've read like
who fed the troll?
4 or 5 comments in a row that genuinely got a laugh out of me.
Welcome to this world.
All right.
He wants to call in. I say we let him while I'm here.
No. Next thing you know,
You're calling
can't
every
do a
week.
video call with him.
No, because he might not be wearing clothes or something.
Yeah.
God.
We learned our lesson from.
Did you ever hear that?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
No,
I feel like we've
Tell-
told this story.
Bobby
so many
hasn't
times.
heard it.
Well, we can wait till Joe gets here because he was there for it. We had we did a Table Titans exclusive at the Kingston Collection at the mall in Kingston back when we do medical day.
Please, Mike, I promise.
We
It'll
did.
be good.
So
I vote yes.
He called in at the end of the show or Snapchatted in, and it was just dick pic, just right there, and we saw it live. And
So we didn't know. So like,
oh Jesus!
so
Christ.
his-
Which is like
his
there's
Snapchat
there's
name
an old
is something
clip of us,
else.
like losing it, like seeing it. And it's just his face, and it just.
Oh,
and it was just why? Where did this come from?
He
So
is
we had
literally
no-
the ultimate troll.
we had no
You
clue
can't.
who he was. So we're like, it just came up as a random Snapchat name. So we're like, oh, somebody from Snapchatted in. We're like, oh, it's
And then
just
you
like,
saw it and you knew
it was like, and then
Oh,
Zach's on the
yeah,
comments like, yeah. No, like heads
That's
up.
good.
Oh,
That's good. That's good.
But anyways, no one cares about that.
no, still-
Next up, we got a 140-pound catchweight fight between Mike Taylor out of
great.
Brojo taking on Jeff Joy, undefeated.
That's why he's
out of Loco Lobo.
He's on the no-fly zone.
Yeah,
anytime
he's
else.
not. Yeah, he's not.
Where's Brojo?
Brojo, Zach
Oh,
Burhan's
shit.
school.
Okay.
So Mike Taylor, he fought for us a few years back.
Fought a Cobo
Pito. Banger of a fight.
And he fought a teammate of mine, Jose Lugo, a couple of times.
Twice
This
he
kid
fought
is,
Lugo.
he's fought a who's who. He's like
Then he took some
100%
time off,
team.
and now he's back, like teamed up with Brojo. He has like a new home gym. He's been busting his ass. He actually boxed 2 nights ago, or last night. Was last night Sunday?
Yeah,
he boxed last night.
This kid's
He
savage.
came up short in a split decision, and he was like super pissed because I saw some of his comments like, "Dude, I should have won that." People were telling me all night, so he's fired up and hungry.
And now he's fighting Jeff Joy next week.
Oh yeah, he's
now.
like, yeah.
I love this
I
fight.
don't understand these savages, dude. Aaron had a kickboxing fight 2 weeks ago. MMA fight this week, and like a boxing fight the
This is
week
what
after.
happens when you get a year and a half on the shelf.
Dude, it's
When
nuts.
nothing happens for 2 years,
It's
you start
nuts.
taking 2 fights at a time. I
He actually.
understand.
So Taylor also has another fight a few weeks after us.
Wow.
He booked 3 fights at a time, and he's like, I'm just booking 3 back to back to back. He really wants to kind of make a run and see what he has. And,
Yeah, for sure. I get
So.
it.
But yeah, Mike Taylor, savage through and through, heart for days, solid gas tank, creative striking.
And even
solid
Zach
on the
Sarah,
ground. He's
one
well-rounded
good
all the
comment
way.
he had, he goes, dude, Pito was banged up after that.
That was like fight of the night worthy of a fight. It was
was-
a crazy, crazy fight. And he's taking on Jeff Joy. He's undefeated in his whole MMA career, let alone his pro career. 2-0 sitting right now, former champion. I don't know what else positive I could say about this kid. He's the full package. Solid bar. His boxing, his hands look better and better after every fight. He's a finisher. He's his toughest critic, which is like even in his last win, he's angry that he won the fight the way he did.
We're making
He
his
didn't
new
make it a
nickname
bang.
Lack
Yeah.
of. Jeff
Yeah.
Lack of Joy.
He gets ticked off at himself after winning fights, and it's like he's never satisfied. So that's like just a testament to his determination to stay undefeated and take it to the next level. And Mike Taylor is easily the toughest test that he's faced in his pro career thus far, and I can't wait to see these.
When
two
we
guys
made this
throw down,
fight,
'cause I know how
Andy was
savage both
so
of them are.
excited.
Yeah. This is one of those fights. It's just fucking. If you're a fight fan, tune into this. It's going to be a barn burner.
Well, you know what it is? These are like those fights. Like, no one really knows too much about Mike. He's coming from New York. 1-3. You're like, oh, what's this guy about? But like when you see this kid fight, it's like that guy, like, oh shit. Like, just as easily, he could easily be 3-1. His record could be reversed. He fought Jose Lugo twice, back to back in his pro debut in his follow-up fight, which is insane. Lugo, you've trained with him. Lugo was a former Cage Titans amateur champion. Mike just brings it, and he comes forward nonstop. He doesn't care who's standing across the cage from him. And then Jeff Joy, what is there to say? What hasn't been said about Jeff Joy with undefeated amateur, Cage Titans title, undefeated pro. His game.
Cam Arnold.
Defended against Cam Arnold, then went pro.
Yep. Hasn't lost a fight.
I
Stayed
hate-
undefeated as an amateur, undefeated as a pro. He's on a surge. He's got momentum, and he loves tough tests, and Mike Taylor is no slouch.
I hate that Zach
1-2,
Searle said,
1-3.
all that being said, Jeff Joy by rear naked choke in round 1, because that's exactly what I had. And now I feel like I have to change it.
All right, so you going with it?
What was yours?
I'm going with it.
All right, first round rear naked choke for Jeff Joy is the pastrami prediction.
A lot of double beers happening because I'm going to go with Jeff Joy too. I was thinking
Or
first round
hopefully not.
DKO.
All right, that's fine.
He's got the fire. The other guy just had a boxing match a week ago, and I would imagine he got
A week
hit in
ago?
the face or
A
2 weeks
night
ago.
ago.
Yeah, last night.
Last
He
night.
had a boxing match last night. I went to the decision. I'd imagine he got hit in the face a couple times.
The old school days. You're taking a couple fights in a month. I love
So
it.
there we go. You got two differing opinions though. You're going with the submission. You're going with the
No, the
TKO.
knockout.
I've had
You what?
the rear naked choke is legit. I'm telling you.
You've been choked by Jeff Joy's
Joy.
everything?
I defended it for 3 minutes and 30 seconds, I think, and then 10 seconds left in the round. At that point, sunk it in, and I was like, I got nothing left.
You quitter.
Yeah. And then the bell went off, and I was so mad. I was like, I could have held my breath for 10 seconds. I could have let the blood cut off my brain for 10 seconds. I'd be fine.
All
You should have just gone out.
I don't know. Honestly, out of my shield, I would have felt better about this conversation.
It's always fun to just go out. Just go out.
Take a ride through the galaxy.
There we go. Next fight. I know you're excited about this, even though you said you're going to pick against him. We have our first of our 3 title fights. We got Ottoma Pofu coming back to reclaim a belt that he actually lost to Jeff Joy when he was the champion. He's coming back.
That was one of the greatest amateur fights that I've seen that went the distance. Another one of like that testament of how important that this amateur title really is. Because if you go in and you win it, you're just destined to take on a successful career in the sport of mixed martial arts. So Mapofu is taking a stab at that belt. He's coming back up from Alabama, where he's been for the past 18 months or so, year and a half since the vid started and whatnot. He coming back to claim his territory, claim that belt that he once held, that he wants back. He's already tasted that gold. He's already held it. He wants it back. It has been vacated.
Yep.
And he's fighting in a premier spot on Cage Titans 51. More motivated than ever to return to his fans. And Andrew Valdina coming in. Oh, shit.
And who is he fighting?
Andrew Valdina,
Oh, yeah.
who had one of the best years. I call it the Shawshank Redemption year of MMA, where he was nominated for every award but didn't win a single one. Nonetheless, 2-0, upper weight class, finishing fights. He's an absolute savage. Just
There we go.
You're not my dad. But what are you doing out in the corner like you don't belong here? What the hell?
Yeah, he knockout of the year,
Knockout
candidate,
of
fight of the year
candidate, fighter of the year candidate. What was it? The breakout fighter of the year candidate. He was nominated for so many awards.
Fight,
Ended
fighter,
up not winning
and
any of
knockout.
them, but he's
I think-
determined to continue with that momentum
Yeah.
and make 2022 his year, starting off with a nice new shiny belt that he is so absolutely well deserved. That title shot. So stoked for this fight. A lot of respect for both of these guys. I think they made this fight at the after party of the last event. I remember them just hanging out, having a drink with each other or whatnot. Just being like, yeah, this is the fight for the next one, for the title, right? For the title. It's like, oh, yeah, it makes sense to me. Flash forward a few months. Here we are. They're fighting for the title. 2 decorated strikers who've shown complete games in their fight records already, fighting for the gold. And we know that this belt is, whoever's held this belt has gone on to do great things.
Yeah.
135.
Valdina versus Pofu. So those who just tuned in, obviously the champ, Joe Giannetti, main event of the evening. He just got back from California to this beautiful snowstorm. And then, as Zach Searle says, his coattail rider, Tyler Pimentel.
Sorry, Zach. I'll see you.
Remember, Tyler puts the cage together, so he might lock you in there and beat your ass.
Choke you out again. I don't have to lock the cage.
Nah.
Beat his ass without that.
So we're on Ottoma Pofu versus Andrew Valdina, the first of 3 title fights. We already know who he's going to pick. But let's go to Homer's Donuts.
I already told you I fucking hate Andrew.
We're gonna grab
I'm
a beer
not
real
taking
quick.
him.
You're not taking Andrew?
No, I am. I
He's
was
buddies with him. No, he's
I was
friends.
genuinely nervous when he went up to 45 for that fight against Randy Francis, just because like he's kind of a smaller frame to begin with, and he showed that he still packed a punch there. You know,
That's what somebody said in the comments. They were like, he's
gotten a lot better. Sparring with him recently is absolutely miserable, especially when he's in camp and ready for a fight.
So give it to us.
I got Valdina. 5 rounds, right?
Yep.
Fourth round. TKO. All
right, there's the pastrami prediction. No surprise. Going with his buddy. Pastrami prediction, Valdina.
I am taking Arthur. Valdina looked great in all of his fights recently, for sure. I think Arthur was really smart. I think it goes to decision. I see Valdina winning the first 2 rounds really aggressively, and Arthur just starting to time him, figure it out, and finding the decision and fighting smart, and Valdina slowly slowing down as the fight goes on.
There we go. The only second fight of the evening that you guys have picked opposite.
I like it.
So we got Valdina.
You want to put an extra beer on it, me and you?
Let's go.
There we go. So
especially when you said Valdina slowing down, I was like,
all right.
That kid has cardio,
First
man.
title fight, right?
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
For sure. But he does not slow down. I've seen him do 10, 12, 15 rounds in a row. That kid
the bright lights. That's what Bobby's getting at. The bright lights are on.
Everything's different when you're in there.
I agree, and I think Arthur is fucking game. This is not disrespect to Arthur at all. I think he's fucking game, but
I might have to have you guys at the press conference going on.
Yeah, right. You guys are ready.
Good.
No, this is good. So we got Arthur with a decision. You know, it's nice because to his point, Arthur has fought 7 times. He won the title, then he was in another title fight. I believe he fought for a title down south. So he's been 5 rounds before.
Yeah.
More than once. So he's seen those late
There's
days.
a lot of
I respectfully think he lost the last one. I watched it.
All right. You did your homework.
So I think he's off a loss in my opinion.
Okay.
But I like you, Arthur.
All right.
But Andrew's his
boy. So
Andrew's also my boy. I like the mind games he's playing, posting pictures with his ex-teammates after sparring rounds with him.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Valdina posted a picture of Joe Poirier.
Oh.
Sparring round of the day. I appreciate stuff like that.
Those are the things I don't pay attention to. Mind games. Post
little stuff like that. I think Arthur is as game as they come. I will absolutely honor him with a beer and Bobby with a beer as we just double down on it.
You got to owe him 2 beers.
We might be buying lots of beers in general.
Imagine all these. So right now we're up to 10 fights.
Yeah.
And so if you guys are going, 8, you're up to 3.
You're going to have a lot of drunk fighters on your
Yeah.
Hey, listen, as long as they have
fun. The after party's going to be wild.
All right, as long as they have fun. So there you have it. 4th round TKO from Valdina. Pofu with a decision to Homer Donuts. You got any pick over there?
I love them both. I think Arthur's biggest enemy is himself, and it hasn't cost him in any of his fights. But I think he'd be a lot better when he starts getting the lead on guys, kind of gets in this little flow, and he lets guys hit him and step in. I think if he somehow starts running away with it against Valdina and just keeps his foot on the gas, I think he takes a decision. I don't really see him putting Valdina away. I also think that these two are just going to clash in the middle, like right out the gate. So it could end in like 15 seconds.
It could, right?
But, yeah,
Fourth round might be bold.
So we got the Mystic Joe prediction, Pofu decision. Mystic Joe.
Oh shit.
All right.
Joe's Stradamus.
He's good.
Valdina said I drink Budweiser.
I think Valdina's great. I like him a lot. I'm trying to be honest here. I got to have some different picks.
Zach Cyril, you think a guy who has a boathouse is going to win it?
Yes, I do, Zach.
That's a good one. All right. So I'm assuming Tyler. I hear him chirping in the background. You're different from Joe. You're going with Valdina.
I'm going with Valdina just because he doesn't have that killer instinct from what I've seen in his fights. He touches a lot. He doesn't put anything behind his punches. Valdina's going to come in swinging for the fences.
Right.
Tyler, do you agree with this? I think Pofu is a point fighter and tries to win by decision. I think Andrew will not let it go to the judges.
No, he's going to jam him and throw on.
Pimental picks is Valdina by what?
TKO in the third.
3rd round, TKO.
We're all going to be screwed in 20 seconds.
Right? We're gonna be pissed. We want 4 rounds of a banging fight, and it's gonna end in 10 seconds.
All right, so we got 2 Mapofus and 2 Valdinas. All right, there we go.
You gotta love that.
Split the rest of food order. Can I get you?
Can I get 2 Mapofus? And our boy, the controller MMA, he might be a little biased as well. He's going with Valdina in round 1. Connor Matthews is going with, no surprise, teammate and one of his training
Definitely a
partners.
possibility. That's why it's such a sick fight.
This fight is going to be a good one.
Banger.
And flying on by. All right. The fight.
Judging by Zach Searle's last comment, I think 2 Mapofus and 2 Valdinas is recent search history.
All right.
That's wrong. I ain't gonna say. Zach will get me going. So.
Family show.
Oh, he hasn't
It's
stopped
a
all
family
night.
show. I know he never stops. So it's not like
He's actually been funny
He's in
tonight,
rare
though.
form. He's in rare form today.
He's actually
I got a block. I don't even see his comments.
Oh, why, dude? You need to unblock him. You were calling me.
I know.
He actually said that. He goes, "Oh, my corner partner." The best story about
What did he do in the corner? That's what I want to know.
my best.
Oh, he did Vaseline.
Yeah.
My best story about
He's good with
It's the
that.
favorite part.
Of course he is.
set himself up. So Cyril,
You don't want to use this.
one of our fighters fought for a different promotion, and as the story goes, the different promotion didn't have a ride set up for the guy, and the poor kid was like hitting me up. He's like, "Mike, you have everything like laid out for us." He's like, "I'm sitting here at a hotel. I have no clue what time I have to go to the venue. I got no ride. I got no airport ride. All this stuff." So I was like, "Dude, I live in Plymouth." I was like, "You're out in, I won't say where, because they would tip my hat." But I called up Zach and
Western
I was like, "Listen, maybe." And I was like, "Yo, where are you?" I said, "Are you going to
Called
the XYZ fights tonight?" And he's like, "Yeah." I said, "I got a weird fucking question, man." I said, "So-and-so's fighting out there. He's got no ride from the promotion. He doesn't know where he's going to go, what time fighters have to be. Do you mind picking him up on the way over to the fights?" He's like, "Yeah, no problem. I got you." He's like, "Can you just tell him to unblock me, though?" Same as JoJo. He's like, "Tell him to unblock me." He's like, "That motherfucker blocked me because I was shitting on him on your last fight card." And I'm just like, "All right, cool." So I messaged up so-and-so, and I was like, "Yo, I got you a ride. I hooked you up, but it's a kid you don't like, and it's Zach Cyril." He's like, "Yeah, whatever, bro." He's
You know,
like, "I get
you know what you just did? You fed the troll.
I did feed the troll.
You know what it is though? The thing with
I
Zach
can't
is,
stop following trolls.
he's like
I love it.
he's like
I
that
didn't believe-
obnoxious
I
kid
didn't
that is on your street that you can't stand, but then you get to know him and you go, "I
He's
kind
all
of
right.
still hate you,
He's all right.
but I got you."
Yeah.
I can pick on you, no one else can.
When I got the friend request, Zach Searle
But he's
as
like
you as
that
a friend,
to
I was like,
everybody, though.
"What do I hit?
Yeah.
What do I do here?"
With that coin.
All right. Well, the fight that a lot of
His
New
favorite
England is
submission's
talking
the dick
about,
tap.
we have the first of our pro fights, our second fight of the night, title fight of the night, our co-main event. Who's not excited for this? The party
Shit.
against Boogs.
10 fans attend the weigh-ins.
Yes, fans can attend the weigh-ins.
This is one to attend the weigh-ins.
This is definitely one to attend the weigh-ins. Definitely
Press
one
conference.
to attend the press conference.
He's getting agita
Yeah,
already.
hey, do me a favor. Don't put a can in front of Penafiel.
No?
I think it almost hit me in the head
Can you
last
put
time.
somebody who will actually like intervene on the stage?
I've called dibs. I've called dibs already.
last time.
Yeah,
Are
but
you
you're
gonna- are
supposed
you
to
gonna
actually
really-
get in
Oh, yeah.
between them next
I
time.
wasn't on the
Ah.
I'll take a
Last time
punch.
I'm on my phone,
Tyler, I called
look
dibs.
up and
Listen,
then a
we're not
rain
implying
flying
anything's
by
gonna
my
happen.
head.
Andy like
I've-
jumps up and then he's like,
Dude, the party fooled me once. Then he fooled me twice.
Andy doesn't
He is
like
not
conversation.
fooling me this time.
"Yes, you will."
You get to legally beat the shit out of each other.
Andy does not
Why
like
are you
that
gonna
stuff.
do this?
It's
Now,
no,
we-
because it's like when kids drink in high school, it's not the same when you're 21 because it's allowed.
Right.
It's the same, like alcohol doesn't taste the same when it's
It
legal.
does- It tastes like shit, but it's
True.
legal.
So
Honest.
I have been told we have some security that's going to be attending. The controller, Connor Matthews, said he will be my backup.
He enjoys-
Justin.
hold on,
He
hold on,
enjoys
time
that
out.
waiting.
He
That shit
enjoys
makes
it.
sense.
Have you
He's
seen
like-
him? He'll be
He
breaking someone
giggles.
up like this. Like,
Have you seen him? Hold on.
I'm
Last
gonna have
time
a shank
he
or
took
something.
his shoes off,
Yeah.
so he was like barefoot, like this
It's
kid's
like
gonna
a
fight.
head kick somewhere.
Yeah, crazy. But
Photoshop foot.
listen, the party versus Boogs. What more can you say? Like, listen, the interim title's up for grabs. You know, our champion Jay Perrin, he went out and we gave him our blessing to go try to win that double title. And he went out and was successful winning the champ stats with CES. Now he's obligated to defend that belt before he comes back to Cage Titans. But there was no two hotter fighters in 2021 than Lionel Young and the Party. The Party, the 2021 Fighter of the Year. Boogs, 2021 Breakthrough Fighter of the Year. This match is a match made in heaven. They both talk the part, but they also both show up when it comes fighting that day and that cage door closes. They both asked for this fight. Lionel won his fight earlier in the night in November and yelled up to the locker room, Party, you know, I want you. I want, like, let's go. That's the only guy I want. The Party comes down and wins, and then he's like, I heard you. Let's do it. And that's it.
The fight was made right there. Boogs is on a tear right now. Lionel Young has been around for generations of this sport.
He fought one of my guys. I want to say it was 06. 06
I was going to say 14 years ago, and I was under.
Hey, he fought Rob Padero in his first MMA fight.
Yeah.
And it was before commissions, before anything.
He fought
been
Rob
around
Font
forever.
back in the day, too.
Like I was saying, dude, his record doesn't matter because he fought anyone at any weight.
Yeah.
Didn't he? What was the heaviest weight he said he fought at?
He fought at
185.
He fought Chip Pollard.
Yes.
Chip Raza Pollard. He fought Chip Raza.
He was just like, send contract, send location.
So it's like, you look at him, you look at his record, he's 10-17 right now, but he's been around for generations of the sport. Anybody, anytime, any weight, anywhere.
He was a
no
paycheck
care
fighter
whatsoever.
who realized he was actually good.
And he's on a surge right now. Going 2-0, as you said, breakthrough fighter of the year. Nominated for Prize
His
Fighter of the
debut
Year.
was 2009. Did you say Camaro?
Rob Padero.
Oh, he fought.
So it's not, it won't be on here because
Because before commission. Yeah, he fought Chip to the third round.
No commission.
Keith
Both
Jeffrey.
the Jeffrey brothers.
Both Jeffrey brothers,
Let's
Lucas
talk about it.
Cruz, Jimmy
Soriano.
Collins, Sean Soriano, Rob Font, two guys in the UFC. Peter Barrett, who was in the UFC. Jesus, this guy's been around fighting forever, and he put on two spectacular performances. He came in to Cage Titans in August, and he was supposed to be the rebound fight for Patrick Gilbride after Gilbride got his first loss, and Lionel did not get the memo. Comes out and puts a stop to him in the first round. And then, how does he follow that out? A teammate of Gilbride's, Andreas Cooley, Rodriguez, 4-1 stud, up and comer. He's trying to come out and try to get some revenge for his teammate. Somebody didn't tell Lionel. Lionel didn't get the memo. And Lionel said his confidence had never been at a high. You train with Lionel. What is it like in the gym with him with this resurgence?
The second COVID sort of started and it got really exclusive in the gym. Lionel definitely shined out as somebody who made a lot of improvement. It's definitely Lionel 2.0 right now. He's matured a lot. I remember when he got the Pat Gilbride fight, talking to Eric about it, and I was saying that Lionel was the strongest feeling guy in the gym. I'm grappling Lionel at like 200, 210 pounds, and he fights at 145. And he feels stronger against me than 35. Yeah, he did 45 against Gilbride, though, right? He feels stronger grappling me than most of the guys in the gym, like even Jadoffer.
Yeah.
And Jadoffer is probably one of the strongest guys you ever see.
You train with Jadoffer.
Lionel's top pressure is really good, and his striking, his boxing has come a long way. I think his mentality has matured a lot too.
I think that's what's
he's thinking about winning, and he's taking his MMA career very seriously lately.
And it's shown in his performances as of late. And then what can you say about Joe the Party Painting PL coming onto the scene?
You cornered him.
Yeah, it was terrible. I was so stressed out, and I'm not even fighting. It was so stressful. The guy gets kicked in the face and then blows a kiss, and I'm looking at his wife like, "What is he doing?"
Just being Joe. That's
Yeah.
what he does.
Yeah.
He's
She was so calm and so loud at the same time. I'm like, "Oh, this is just normal." I was new to the party.
A little.
You were late to the party.
Late to the party.
a little insight on the party. When I went down to Orlando, I went to Fusion Excel to train, per his recommendation. Like, come in, I'll be there. Blah blah blah. I show up, he wasn't there. I say to his coach, Julian, I say, "Yo, where's Joe at?" He told me to come here. He told me to get some rounds with him or whatever. He said, "Joe barely trains, bro. He's just like that." And I was like, "What?" And now you can see, like, on the Instagram and stuff, like on social media, he hasn't been training. He's taking this fight very seriously, but like that was for like the Pat Gilbride fight, He was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen him a little bit. He's just like that, bro. He's
Like
just
Derek Lewis at 135.
that's just him. He's just like that."
Well, he did the grappling super fight
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, and I guess he was just chilling in the crowd, drinking. You were there, just hanging out, pounding Coronas before he goes and grapples.
Double fisted before his match.
And I think that the party again when he came to Cage Titans, 5-3 guy.
He was drinking before his match.
Did that just hit you guys?
It looked like a Corona, but maybe it wasn't.
Yeah,
It could have been a ginger ale diet.
Jesus Christ.
One of those old school cream sodas.
Shit. He's probably just sitting there in a cowboy hat drinking a Corona. Then he hears his name.
Dude,
I
he's
never
like that.
really saw him take a sip, so he could have just been playing mind games because he went against
Jake Pillow.
Jake Pillow.
So
How do you do?
he came up short. But like he said, he goes, listen, man, I was just there to get competition. And he's like, the real party is this Saturday night. His wife she's a good wife. She came on to defend him. He was at the gyms on the other side of town training.
I don't doubt that, but I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny what his coach said. Like he's just like that. You know what I mean? He just shows up and he fights. And he's tough, man.
You know what I like about Joe is that, like, you know, he came to us. We didn't know much. 5-3, comes in, takes out the big win, and he is the like. I can't say it enough. Like, we will give you a stage at Cage Titans. We will give you a mic. We give you the stage. We give you the mic. We give you the walkout. We give you all that stuff. Like, what you do with what we give you in that stage we present you is yours. Like, you make your moment. We've been talking about this on social media. Like, own the moment.
And what does Penneyfield do? Flips off the whole crowd. That's what he
goes
does
to a guy wearing Bruno's like shirt and shakes his hand, sits next to him, pats his head. I'm like,
I thought the fight was gonna break out right there.
And the guy just didn't know what to do.
So
shakes his hand back.
a lot of people are like, well, you guys talk about party, this, about that. It's like, he makes a moment wherever he goes, whether it's the press conference. Who doesn't remember? Hey, what do you? We asked everybody on the panel. Last show we had Cage Titans 50. We had day night. What do you do for work?
A little weed around
Literally, all 15 people that are on the stage give this story. Oh, I do this. And he's like, I don't know. I just sell some weed on the side, make a couple bucks. Like,
that's the only thing I remember from that whole thing, too.
That's the only thing I remember that. And then when he smashed Bruno, and that was a little scary. You know, he takes every little piece that we give him, and he makes something out of it.
Yeah. Did you see the clip of him banging his head on the door when he walked out?
Dude,
there's some fans outside. There's some fans losing their mind outside, and he takes his hat off and starts tapping the glass. I'm like, you're about to get hit in the face. Please don't hurt yourself.
Oh, dude, this and it's just like
it speaks to how calm he can remain, though, right? Like he's literally that calm in the cage. He doesn't give a fuck.
Hold on, he had a pink blanket. He had a pink blanket and a pillow. It was out cold all night. I used to take naps before my fights, but it was like on my gym bag. I'd wake up every once in a while. Like 4 hours under this pink blanket, just out cold.
Bro, he shows up. When you can enter the cage that calm, that's scary.
So we could use them as pillows.
And that's him. Like, he's not faking it. That's
and I think when you look at him, like when you get hit with the head kick or that, like rubberneck in the shot, like, you know, it's because he's so calm. He's not stiff.
And that gets into the heads of his opponents.
So, I mean, this fight, we could talk about for hours. You know.
Well, it's happening in less than 5 days. And
I can't wait to see. If you watched the show a couple weeks ago, they've done Iggy's podcast. They've done Domenico's. They came on Oz. They respect each other. But like Lionel summed it up best. If you don't know Lionel looks straight in the camera. He's just like, I can respect you all I want, party, but I'm fucking you up. Like he just kept saying, he's like, I am effing you up. I am fucking you up. I am fucking you up. I am fucking you up. He said that for the first 30 seconds of the interview. He's just like, just no questions asked.
Conversation.
It was crazy. Then they went on into other stuff, but Lionel is just dialed in. On another note, like he hates the fact that people just look at his record and try to discredit him. Yeah. And this tour for Lionel 2.0, which you call him, is listen. Who cares about my record? When you get in the cage with me, you're getting in a fight. I'm gonna throw some. You're gonna throw some. You're gonna get your ass kicked, and I might get my ass kicked too. But you're gonna know you're in a fight, and you gotta respect a guy like that. He's had some good success in the Cage Titans cage. This title fight, I'm so happy to put my stamp on this because for me, Cage Titans title is our belt, our title, and for Cage Titans, and it's just like I'm happy to have these guys fight for us and really put on a performance, and the fans are in for a treat. More people ask me about it. Even now Party's become like, is that Party guy fighting? And I'll throw some of your teammates under the bus. I won't say who, but even teammates who have had teammates who lost to him, they're like, I hate that fucking guy, but I kind of love him now, and I'm kind of happy he's not fighting a Lozon's guy because I can actually cheer for him.
Bro, that's how the entire gym felt.
Yeah,
like fuck that guy, but he's really fun to watch.
And the best part is people in the comments, they say,
the heel still.
Fuck that guy. If he talks that much shit, I hope he gets his ass kicked. And it's like, no, he talks the talk and he walks the walk.
Dude, the best part about it, walking out of the first fight he had for Cage Titans, we're walking out and he's talking to a fan, and he's the whole time my fiance sitting there like, I fucking hate that guy. I hate that guy. The guy's an asshole. I hate that guy when he fought Pat Gilbride. I hate that guy. He's an asshole. He's a piece of shit. He's an asshole. We're walking out and she overhears him talking to a fan like, yeah, I'm not really like that, but like you got to play it up, man. I got to get in their heads, blah, 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 whatever. She walks out. She exits Plymouth Memorial Hall. I kind of like that guy.
He's like an Ecuadorian Colby Covington that everyone actually likes. That's kind of how I.
Or
The Ecuadorian
what about his post-fight speech last time? He's like, "Screw your mom. Look what your
Don't listen to
mother-in-law
what your mom
says.
says. Do what you want. Follow
Your mother-in-law
dreams."
sucks.
Yeah. Drink beers." Yeah, and then his mic got cut because they thought the broadcast was over, and he's still going. He has no mic. He's just screaming at the top of his lungs in the mic. But the party is the party. It's a party wherever he goes.
Yep.
And then same could be Lionel. We talk about owning your moment. Like Lionel from winning that fight, doing his little butt scooting dance, that purge entrance. It's like, what the fuck is this music going on? And he's just like, bam, he's out there. He's owning it, and he's showing guys like, don't look at people's records.
Seen that post he made, the annual purge?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Dude, he gets you pumped up. You got the party versus the purge. And at the end of the day, Lionel is showing you fights are not fought on paper. They're fought in a cage. And if you want to sign the contract to fight me, you're going to get in a fight. And
same thing can be said for Party, though.
Oh, yeah, the Party. Of course, yeah.
With a world-class black belt and didn't get submitted and actually did a lot of damage.
So, what we've all been waiting for. We got prediction times. Who's going to go first? You want to go first, Homer Donuts?
Yeah,
I think I know who you're going to pick.
I'm definitely going with Lionel. I think it's going to be a burner, a painful fight on the feet for 2 rounds, and then I think both of these guys are tough. Neither of them are going to get dropped, but it's going to be heavy hitting. They'll find their way to the ground, and I think Lionel will get a second round sub again.
Second round submission. Oh, hold on. You got to give us the time. What kind of submission?
Headed arm.
You got the arm triangle, so we'll go with the arm triangle.
All right, second round, arm triangle.
You think that he can keep his head?
Lionel? Yeah, I do.
In there with the party.
Yeah, I do.
He's a teammate. That's some insider info.
That's why I'm asking. I mean, I told you the way I picked this one was who I'd rather buy a beer for if I was wrong.
Okay.
I feel like if I'm buying a beer for Lionel after picking the party, that's less enjoyable because he's going to be mad at me and telling me how dumb I am, telling me to go fuck myself as he's drinking the beer in front of me. However,
It'll be the least.
I feel like buying the party a beer, I can buy myself one. We can just cheers and laugh about it and talk a bunch of shit and it'd be okay. I feel
Ryan
like
will
that's
give you a serious lecture.
right.
I
mean,
he'll slow sip that beer and talk to you.
I told you when I was going to work with Kin when he was there first, and I came down the elevator, and the elevator door opens, and he just fucking stares at me. He doesn't say a word until I start talking. I'm like, I'm here to work with Kim. I come in peace. Please don't. Like I don't want to have that conversation after picking against him. So it's a pick 'em fight for me. If it was DraftKings, it'd be dead even.
Dead even money.
I don't know. Please give me 5 rounds of this. Give me Lionel by decision.
All right.
Please.
Lionel by decision. All right.
And that's, again, Joe, if you're listening, that is only because I'd rather buy you a beer than Lionel a beer if I was wrong.
It's kind of true, though.
No, it's legit. It's true.
It's true. It makes sense, though.
When you spell it out like that, it kind of, because, like, you're right.
Can you picture the 2 conversations? Which one's more fun to have?
Like, Party's probably like, fuck, man. At least I got a free beer.
It's easy.
He might actually try to convince you to buy him 2.
Yeah, probably. 100%.
You'd probably go broke with him. You'd be like, oh, I just lost.
I'd be like, you did pick against me. Buy me another one.
You'd have to buy him and Tina one. Corner woman of the year,
That's
Tina.
okay.
You got to buy both of
That's
them.
okay. They'll both go.
The next thing you know, he's going to need at a weed store. Then you're going to go with him there.
Don't be blowing up everybody's spot, Andy. Jesus.
He's not blowing up the spot. Yeah, he's the one who did, like, I don't think that the most, it's not as taboo as you think, Mike.
2022. Come on.
There's a weed store.
I know. I actually saw you
Like,
smoking weed on your Snapchat or something. I was like, wow, Joe's fucking letting loose.
Oh, I'm
Smoking
getting
on
sponsored by
Instagram.
dispensary. Boterra and Brockton. You need the plug.
Stone
Nice.
Gills before
There you
he
go.
started this
All right,
podcast.
the Mystic Joe prediction.
Penafiel by decision.
I like
I think he loses the first 2 rounds and then runs away with the last 3.
Ooh.
You got Payfield?
You got Penafiel by
I love them
decision.
both, but I became Team Party last show, so
Are you going to corner Party?
I can't. Because I got to
Who
rest
is
my hands.
cornering him?
I would have. I told him I would, but then you made it right before my fight. I don't think the commission let me out there with hand wraps.
We were talking to him after his first fight, and we were trying to get him to come down and spar with Lionel.
Oh.
So they were going to prepare for fights together.
Oh. Well, they could probably do that
They were like,
afterwards.
"Fuck it, we'll just
All right, the
fight."
Pimentel
Yeah, exactly.
pick. So we
Never
got
happens
2 for
without a fight.
Lionel. We got 1 for Penafiel. Where you going, Pimentel?
The Party.
Party.
And the only reason is I don't see Lionel submitting him. If Jacare ain't submitting him, Lionel submitting him. And I think Party style is just he's slowly going to just keep wearing on Lionel, and Lionel's going to get frustrated. I think it'll be more of a mental block than it will be a physical block. I think he can hang with him the whole time physically, but I think mentally Lionel's going to start to get frustrated.
I think this fight will be a test
Decision?
for Lionel mentally.
Yeah,
I
decision.
Because I talked to him. I think it was the last card I fought on, and he said, like you said about his record, he was just like, "Fuck, do I have to lose? My record's terrible. Like I'm fighting good guys, I'm beating good guys." And then I forget who I was talking to, somebody from his team. They were like, "Yeah, lately he's just so relaxed. Like he understands where his record's at. Nothing to lose. Just go have fun and do what he does."
You're not fighting for a shot. You're fighting for fun.
Yeah, so I think
I
that's
just think
going to
he's
be
so fucking strong.
The
for
party's
135.
at work right now. He said he's watching the shit at the restaurant. He can't wait to be set free. And then he said the Joes are going hard this weekend. I have a gift for JoJo.
Oh shit!
I'm excited but nervous.
Hold on. I'm going to see. How busy is it at your restaurant real quick?
See,
About as
this
busy as yours.
this would be a fight
Yeah.
that you'd be down to smoke a blunt outside with after they fight. That would be.
paranoid and nervous. I would.
I mean, I'm definitely going to bring some.
Yeah.
Besides the point.
So the Joes are going
Like,
hard
smoke
this
a both of them
weekend.
after the fight.
Yeah,
Get some
right.
respect
So-
for Bonds,
Yeah.
but
Joe
it's-
Poirier's on the card too, right?
No, Joe Poirier is doing the 25th.
Oh, I was going to say 3 Joes one night.
3 Joes.
Sounds like
So,
3 Joes one night.
anyways, I don't know where this is going. We're going into the hour and a
3
half
boys
mark.
in their underwear, locked in a cage.
We
all day.
finally got here. I did send the party a link, so if he have a little break, he can call in. So he has the link to get in here if he's available. If not, we're going to go right on to the main event, but he can call in anytime. He's the party. He can do what he wants. And the same thing.
Don't tell him that.
Yeah.
He will.
He will.
Well,
Just
send
don't
a link to
party.
Bruce. Well,
Do
I'll-
not smack anybody. Do not smack anybody this show. All right.
Please, for the love of Christ.
Smack him. Do it.
No.
You won't do it. I just like watching everybody get.
I like watching Andy get nervous. I like
I'll
watching
have a
Andy
whole
get
year
nervous.
have more.
I know.
Andy getting
That's
nervous
why
is my favorite thing.
That's why I like, didn't actually stab you with the pencil. 'Cause-
No, Zach, you can't call in. All right, so our final fight of the night.
I'll do Krav Maga.
We got The pro title's on the line. The champ, the lightweight champion, Joe Giannetti, taking on Jacob Bone.
Trash.
I got the bone. My
His own
double-legged
cornerman.
leg hump.
He's got his own cornerman picking against him. But anyways, obviously, JoJo, you've been around for a long time. You posted something the other day. Our first ever amateur champ that went on and won that same belt as a professional.
Now we can call you the champ.
Went,
Don't-
fought
don't-
all
no.
almost your entire amateur career with Cage Titans, all your pro career until you made it to the Ultimate Fighter. Went all the way to the finale. Came back to Cage Titans, trying to win your way back. Finally won that belt last show or 2 shows ago. Your first defense. Since you're here, what does it feel like to? You just got back from California training out at AKA.
Yeah, the cold sucks. Why do we live here?
I don't know.
I'm like,
man.
I'm bad in the cold, but now after that, like it's 70 degrees in California right now. I was walking around in like a tank top every day. It was great. But no, it's just good to be back. You know, I haven't been as active as I wanted to the last few years. You know, between I got that bad staph infection last year and then guys not taking fights. So it's been hard, and I'm looking to stay real active this year. So to start off on the right foot, put Jacob Bond away. And it's funny because like I've actually been like defending him online because I get people in my comments all the time like, "Oh, you're fighting a 10-8 guy, so what? First round?" I was like, I mean, I may win first round, like that'd be nice, but it's not going to be because he sucks.
He's
like,
tough.
Yeah, he's good, you know. And I had a teammate, Kyle Crutchman, just fought in Bellator a couple months ago, and Bond was on the same card. He took it, I think, like a week's notice.
Yeah,
2 weeks
give him
notice.
short notice, yeah.
Yeah, and he lost obviously, but my teammate from AKA was like, "Oh no, I watched this fight. Like, he's tough. He's going to beat it the whole 25 minutes. Like if I run away, I could 10-8 him for 5 rounds. He's going to be fighting the entire fight. You know what I mean? And I think that's just something that I haven't fought a lot of locally. I fought a lot of really good guys, but you know, I start to break them and I start to do my thing. But I think it's one of those fights where I could have the best fight of my life, and Bond's still going to be trying to take the win. So I'm looking to either break him or just he can be full spirits, but just put him away.
It's like look at him as 10-8.
Oh, it's looking
the
for
rest
that.
of who he's
Yeah.
fought. It's
Oh, hold on. We gotta take a break.
There he is.
What's up, you fucks? I see my dog JoJo back there, man.
What's good, bro?
What's good, bro? I'm literally sitting outside my restaurant, working one of my night shifts I do here. And
warm is
we're
it down
blessed enough to not give a fuck down here in Florida. So my manager says, go outside and do whatever you need to do.
So, Party, we were just kind of breaking down your fight, man. You come to Massachusetts, your adopted home, in 2 days. How does it feel while you're preparing down there, getting ready to come back and try to get that belt?
Dude, it feels amazing. I'm really like hitting like big strides in everything, like in all my practice, my sessions. Everything's going well, man. I feel great. The cardio's there. I just had my last hard day today. I did a lot of rounds on my feet, tech sparring with a lot of my guys, a lot of bigger guys, because I think that's Boogs' only advantage that he believes he has is size and striking or some shit. He just thinks he's going to kick my ass, but that's okay. This weekend, I'm going to show what's up. I'm going to show him what's going to happen. It's going to be the same story as always. I'm going to be there every fucking round, every fucking fight. And if he can stand it, stay in that kitchen in the heat, then, God bless him. But I don't think he will. I think he's going to break eventually. I'm bringing in striking. I'm bringing in kicks. I'm bringing in punches. And I'm going to be definitely trying to take him down whenever I feel like it. I'm going to be the bully in there. So we'll see who's who February 5th. I can't wait, man. My dick's hard.
My dick's hard.
Yeah, man. Like, this gets me more excited than sex almost. So I can't wait to fight, get my hands on him and make him bleed.
So, Party, I know you're at work, but can you give us any hints on your either your walkout or your attire? You always bring that fire. What do you got? Can you give us any hints?
I don't know, man. Like, this time I might bring it back old school. I'm not sure, man. Like, I think I had this nice, cool, like, samurai thing from a movie that I used to watch a long time ago. I might bring that into the beginning of the intro of my song.
Samurai helmet, I'll lose my mind.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I do have a samurai sword, so I don't know where I'm going. I might go back to my 007, like, evil character looking.
Make sure you rock them shorty shorts for Sarah.
Hey, are you going to be able to get that sword on the plane?
Yeah. No, it's not a real sword. It's like a wooden sword. I can't bring a real sword, I think.
Well, JoJo and Tyler both said they have samurai swords, so they got you.
Okay. Oh, fuck. You guys are nuts. JoJo, bring it. Both of y'all bring it, but I don't want to stab anybody.
Do not bring it to the press conference or the weigh-ins, because we know you get a little amped up and a little touchy-feely at the weigh-ins.
Maybe Lionel brings a sword too, and they have a sword fight at the weigh-ins.
All right, that just sounded.
That would be not that kind of sword fight. Well,
no
the
sword,
party. I know you got to work.
Fights here, guys. None of that homo stuff, guys.
Not that there's anything wrong with that disclaimer.
We love the gay community. I hope they all come out. Everyone, you know what I mean? This is a equal opportunity business. We love them all. Brown, purple, yellow, and pink.
All right. Well, hey, man. Tina, wife, the corner woman of the year. She said no swords.
Damn it.
All the swords.
Yeah, she don't let me do a lot of bad shit. She's putting the kids to bed right now.
Well, we talked about it earlier. We've talked about it before with you. You know, you've taken every opportunity, every stage that you've had, and you've seized the moment. And, we all look forward to seeing what you bring to the cage on February 5th. We know Lionel's prepared. You got a hungry guy that's going to be standing across the cage from you, and we're excited to see this. The fans are in for a treat.
You know what it is? It's an amazing opportunity for all of us fighters and amateurs that are going to be in an event. And like you said, you got to make your own moment. You gotta control the moment and take that shit by the balls, and that's what I'm gonna do. Me and JoJo are gonna fucking kick ass. The Joes are whipping ass. There's no average Joes here. We're way above average. And Giannetti's gonna defend the belt, and I'm gonna take a new belt, and then I'm gonna come back and defend it whenever I need to. That's gonna be my belt. This is my Super Bowl, my UFC. I don't give a shit about any other organization. I just want to lay hands on people and drop them dead here if I can, or beat the fuck out of them while they're breathing. So,
oh man, Tina just said my kids are all kicking my ass, still up and screaming. They're like little parties.
Yeah. Well, listen, I love you guys. I gotta go back in before I get fired.
Later, brother.
Take it easy, Joe. All right, we'll see you Thursday.
I'll see you guys soon, man. All right.
All right.
JoJo, I got a little toy. I got a special toy for you, brother. Not like. You know what I mean? You know that Skeletor thing. I got it coming for you, brother.
All right. Looking forward to it.
All right, bro. I'll talk to you soon.
Secret Joe stuff.
All right,
Yeah, it's a Joe thing.
Oh, man. Well, there you go. The man himself. if Lionel, hey, listen, we weren't going to be expecting this, but if Lionel's around, feel free to call in. But anyways, we were talking about the title fight, the main event, Joe Giannetti and Jacob Bunk.
Two incredibly experienced professionals, one of which is sitting right next to me right now. But we've seen him throughout his amateur career.
I don't think has anybody a pick
throughout his whole.
I'll pick.
I'm not
What's
making
Mystic
this
Joe
shit.
picking?
Yeah.
I don't make.
Oh, actually, hold on. This would be fun. We had Valdina last fight pick his shot in the round. Mystic Joe, what are you going with?
I feel like nobody's gonna be happy about it. It's gonna be anticlimactic, but first round darts.
Oh,
That's my favorite sub.
He hasn't hit it darts in 3 years.
More like 5.
first.
Well, you know what it is? Every time I hit an anaconda, they announce it as a dart, and then 2 days later, it's usually like Andy, like it was an anaconda.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so let me have this.
I'm usually pretty good. At
Yeah, you're good at it.
So,
But
to
it's-
no surprise, Joe's picking himself.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he's
I know
going
you have. That's why.
darts choke in the first round. I thought you were saying you wasn't going to be exciting. I was like, oh, he's going to
No.
decision. I had my finger hovering over the D, the type decision. But
Pause.
Darth Vader, that was one of your shirts back in the day. Yeah.
Well, amateur career, everybody was just running into it.
So.
Now everybody's like, oh, watch out for that one thing.
All right.
His arms crossed.
All right. So Pimentel,
The other guy,
Good nod.
Bone.
by decision, he's just gonna hump his leg for 5 rounds.
All right.
Work on it.
I'm stoked for this fight though, main event. Just in general. Your first title.
How's that when
Obviously,
your own
so-
cornerman's on the show and he picks against you? Pimentel picks. He's going with
Because
Bone by decision.
he would be mad at me if I picked him. Because
It'd be a lie.
All right. Homer Donuts.
I corner my fighters with no faith.
I'm gonna go with Bone. It sounds like the cold is gonna be a factor here.
It's
Oh.
not wrong. You're not wrong.
How are you gonna go?
It's only 100 degrees.
Actually, if I'm being honest, I think Joe's gonna catch it by decision. You look really good in that last fight. You looked well-rounded. Definitely championship material.
And I gotta say, as a disclaimer, he did say that pre-show when we had like before we went live, we were talking. He was like, "Oh, I've been watching some tape. Joe looked really good." So he's not just saying that because your bitch ass is here.
Oh, wait.
We're gonna
I
take a
picked
fight.
the other guy and you call your champion.
This is because I can bust his balls. All right, I know Joe since what? You were like 17-year-old kid in the stands, 16, 17.
Zach's trying to get me to
my
pick
favorite
against you.
memory is when one of the first times we rolled, I said,
You
"How does
said
it feel to
Justin's
roll
scared of
with the lightweight
JoJo, so
champ?"
we know
And you were
what-
like,
we know
"Tough,
who
it's
he's
not
picking."
happening." I was like, "All right, we'll remember that."
I said
Every
this
time
ahead
I
of
bring
time
it up,
already.
like, I don't remember that, but it was one of our first times rolling. I
I'll
said,
call
"How
it
do you feel
exactly
to
how
roll
it's gonna
with
go.
the
I don't-
lightweight champ?"
I don't remember that.
It was one of the nights we rolled for like an hour and a half, and you like kicked my ass for like 45 minutes, and then you started getting tired. And I waited till I got on top to say it, and I was like, "How do you feel? You get
You
to roll
didn't
with
sub
future
me.
Cage Titans?"
Definitely didn't sub me.
Definitely sub.
No, you. No
Definitely.
way you subbed me back then. You might sub me today, but not back then. Not back in my day, like 15 years ago. No.
Oh my
Oh,
God! Don't. He's already. bringing
All
it
right.
again.
Pastrami says he has the exact way it's gonna go.
Damn.
Yeah. How do you want to hear it?
Did you bet on the football game the other day? You said they made $579,000.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. The
Hey,
exact
hold on,
the exact score.
No, I want to know what the fuck his pick is. Then you can talk
I
about
think-
stupid.
I think it's gonna be third round, but I gotta go in TKO for JoJo.
Oh, come on.
I think,
Really?
yeah. Well, here's how. Listen,
Okay, no, I'm interested.
I after watching a couple of
Still
Bones
think that?
fights.
He was kind of doubtful there.
No, well, it's gonna make sense. First Cage Titans I think I went to was you versus Connor Barry and the triangle submission to the sweep, TKO from top. I have it going similarly, but because he takes you down in the third,
Okay.
because I feel like he tries to wrestle fuck a lot, and I think it's gonna be his game plan.
Okay.
But you're dangerous from your back, so I think the first round is gonna be a banger on the feet. I think the second round he's gonna try to wrestle more. He's not gonna be able to get you down. Third round he times it, gets you down. Triangle, sweep, TKO.
All right,
And if it goes exactly
if
like that-
happens, I'm calling the FBI.
Time out.
Are you from the future?
Yeah, like I'm calling
If he
somebody.
doesn't wrestle up off his back, his jujitsu coach will scale the cage and beat the brakes off him.
I don't disagree with that, but
Oh, no,
sometimes
no,
it's
no,
just
no.
there.
Yeah,
Jair is
fair
a scary human being.
I know.
No,
I've rolled with Jair. He is a
Jair's
scary human being. I understand
Jair's
that.
a scary dude on fight night. See, he
What?
walks around smiling, and every fighter.
I know. I went
looks
around.
at him
I've been around before.
Oh, Jim Howe.
He's a Jim.
Oh,
Jim
No,
Howe.
Well-
I like cross training.
Mike. So catching up with the comments, Mike Albert says Joe tell Pastrami he picked wrong on the first fight because he
Picked
picked
against Albert. Oh,
Yeah.
You guys don't know yet. You guys don't know.
All right.
He's in his realm. Is the most I can say.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about that
For sure.
You know, came up short in the MMA game. Fought Colin Donnelly, Pat Gilbride, guys who just take him down, get submissions.
And I will say, not just guys that take him down and get submissions. His 2 first fights were 2 of the scariest dudes around.
Yeah.
Colin and Pat are bad motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like if you watch that fight, me and him talk about it all the time. Like when Colin gets in the cage that night, he's just
Colin at
jacked.
13 didn't have a neck.
That's what I mean. I remember that when I started getting good at guillotines, I was guillotining everybody, and I grabbed Colin's neck, and I was like, I should just let go. Huh? He's like, yeah, all right.
He had no neck whatsoever.
And then Will Asia says hit him up because he wants to train with you, and he says he has you by death punch after a head kick.
Okay.
All right, interesting.
A death punch.
Joe striking got smooth as F.
That being said, I definitely didn't have your last fight going the way it did. So maybe I'm completely
Who
wrong.
did you pick in that one?
I picked Joe winning, but I didn't have it that way.
Nobody did.
I think sub.
That's about right.
I think so.
I don't think anybody's picked Joe.
I don't think anybody's ever picked by knockout.
But now I have TKO.
And now I'm gonna win by sub because you said that.
No. I told you how it's gonna go. And if it goes down like that,
I like the confidence. You're like, no, this is what's gonna happen to you. All right, I win. I'm cool with it.
Well, there you guys.
Yeah.
hey, the last time I made predictions, though, it was like 14-6-1, but the 14 were almost dead accurate, round and how. You guys were like, you're picking second round too much. I was like, trust me.
It's like when you do like the bubble answers on your test and you just go down. You're like, I already picked D, so let's pick C.
And I hope all you assholes know I was fucking joking. Like, I'm not picking against JoJo.
No,
sorry, it's already written. It's already written.
Oh, I don't care.
So
let's not make
He
it
just
sound
wants to
like I give a
clarify.
shit.
Now you
So-
gotta buy Joe a beer when he wins. That's
So
the-
real
that's the
quick,
deal.
Buy me a beer, you can Venmo me, and I can get 5 guys the next day. Also, totally acceptable.
He said, yeah.
That's all
so I
want.
threw up there real quick for everybody to check out. That's our fight week schedule. This Thursday, February 3rd, we'll be streaming live on our Facebook at 1 o'clock with the press conference. At the press conference, we'll have Joe Giannetti, Jacob Bone, Andrew Valdina, Ottoma Pofu, The Party, and Boogs. We'll have all 3 of our title fights there.
All I see is the party's pre-fight, Lionel's fight.
Where are the press conference in the
Press conference and the weigh-ins will be at Plymouth Memorial Hall. They are open to the public, so if you want to come, and good segue. Press conference is on Thursday at Plymouth Memorial Hall, but it was streaming on our Facebook at 1 o'clock. Then the fighter weigh-in is Friday, February 4th, streaming live on Facebook at noon at Plymouth Memorial Hall. Then Saturday is the night. Cage Titans 51 live from Plymouth Memorial Hall, 6 p.m. And then the after party always following the fights at Tavern on the Wharf.
Are there fights that night?
No fights.
Yeah, Sean Strickland.
Oh, I hope I fucking hate that guy.
Strickland versus Hermanson.
Oh, I hope Hermanson.
Is that
beats
this
his
weekend?
ass.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I hope
But they
Hermanson-
will. I think it's on ESPN, so
I
those
hope
fights
Hermanson
will be on.
sucks.
But there you have it, guys. It's been a long 2 hours. You guys picked different on two fights.
Only 2?
Only 2.
Damn.
All right.
Well, at least we have the method of how.
Yeah, there we go. So if you guys are that close,
Round and
we
how
can
it's
go down
going.
to the rounds. And all the fighters, thank you for tuning in. And remember, if you were picked against and you do come out victorious, these guys will be sitting cage side. You can go grab yourself your first beer on the house.
Exit
You heard
the
it
cage.
from Mike Polver. I will
never
be
get
sitting
free
cage side.
Exit the cage, go to your left, I'll be right there.
Uh,
We'll absolutely buy you a beer.
Totally pick against me, so I get free beer.
Yeah, so we always have fun. There's been some great moments inside the cage because like Mikey De Silva used to do the hot wing hot take. He will be releasing his hot wing hot take picks on Friday. But Mikey, big super fan of Mikey De Silva, he always sits front row, and there's been some great exchanges after people he's picked against won. Immediately just going right to his cage and screaming out the cage at him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Joy wanted to.
Jeff
Yeah.
Joy was like, "Who the fuck do you pick? What's up?" I was like,
Yeah,
"I'm
so
like,
we've
"That's
had
you,
some
bro.
fun with these
Deal
picks.
with it."
They're all fun. Gage Luby says he drinks whiskey, not beer.
Tell Mike to let me bring it in. I'll get you some.
There you go. No, you can't.
Well, like bring your own 6-pack?
No. You can't do that. And Mike Albert said roll him something, and he won't be mad if you don't pick him. So there you go. Anyways,
So, yeah, after party.
that's the after party at Tavern on the Wharf. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't worry, this Thursday we'll be around for the press conference live on Facebook, or come down to Plymouth Memorial Hall. We'd love to have you. I definitely need some muscle up on stage.
Yeah.
And then the next day, Friday, weigh-ins, noon, Plymouth Memorial Hall, streaming here on Facebook. But once again, open to the fans. And then if you haven't got your tickets,
Hit me up. Don't
Oh, yeah.
go to him.
oh yeah, He already knows they're sold out. So I think he only has like 4 tickets.
Yeah, I got a couple.
So there you go. Thank you guys for tuning in.
I'm not
I cannot wait to see everybody this week. It's fight week.
It's fight week, baby.
Follow us on all your
Follow
social
us.
media. Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok.
MySpace. Here we go.
No, it has.
I'm
Here I
bad.
am.
You've got
Drop
mail
your
in.
instant message.
Live journal.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing up. That should be late, Joe G.
Gotta get
Hit a train, hit a train.
There we go. It is
Some of us
what it
has
is.
the train, bro.
We got nothing else. And for those who are also sticking around, don't forget February 25th. We are back immediately. So right after this week is fight week. We're right back to the thick of
Justin's
things.
debut.
3 weeks later, we will be doing Combat Night 3. We only have like 2 more slots left that we're booking. We're doing super fight grappling. We have Muay Thai fights, MMA fights, and also we have a team versus team grappling challenge. It's a 4-on-4. Team Lozon taking on Team Triforce. It's going to be they have quintet on UFC Fight Pass.
Yep.
This is going to be our quartet. It's going to have a 700-pound weight limit. 4 guys from Lozon's, 400-pound combined weight.
4 guys, 700 pounds.
Yeah, 175 average. Think it's too high?
Way too high.
I thought you were talking
Way
like that. You know,
too
like
high.
the Russian MMA, they do like 4.
No, not 4 and 4 at the same time.
Yeah,
Like King of the
I
Hill.
thought the same thing, Mike.
700 pounds.
Like, imagine you getting
It was like
hit.
4 cage.
We're just gonna throw 8 people in the cage and let them recap.
I'm just saying, 4v4, like that's the definition of combat night.
So,
Hey, you gonna have any of those cage
Then
fights
choose
beers?
whoever
And then you just get
I just want one. I just need to-
135.
Yes.
I haven't had one.
and we're going to have Cage Titans. Second Wind is brewing Cage Titans IPA, Fight Night IPA. I showed you guys the.
Also, Walking Bottle Brewing made the Title Keeper Ale for me. I'm gonna have a couple of those passed on fight nights. Come find me.
Whoa. What is this shit?
There's Second Wind. There's the new label for Cage Titans Fight Night IPA in theme with
Why
our
didn't you pick the other
show.
one?
I was thinking tuna, Toya, Rumble, Royal Rumble. Anyways, all right, we could go on for hours. Thank you guys.
Thanks as
We're out.
always.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
everybody. Thank you, Bobby, for
Thanks for
joining
having
us
me.
on the Hot Wing on Take. And Justin, thanks for coming back. Boss, it's fight week.
I
Let's
appreciate
go.
you guys picking me, but you can totally buy me a beer. If I need one. Just saying.
All right, guys, have a good night, and we'll see you.
See you at Wayne.
Yeah,
See
you
you at the
tickets.
presser.
Hit me up
So
later.
sold out.
Shut,
Too late.
shut the thing off.
Yeah, bye.
Actually,
Dad.
real quick, we're gonna throw the live stream. I'll do that then. I'll
Bye.
give you guys the live stream because tickets are sold out. So the only way you
Yes.
can catch all the action is on the live stream. You go to CageTitansFC.com.
Use code Genetti, GIANN.
Use your favorite fighter's code, and you can.
Use
Get the
code
live stream.
JOY.
And again,
JOY.
when you do buy the live stream, you put in your fighter's code, they get 20% of the purchase price.
So if you want to support your favorite fighter,
And also, don't forget the donations.
You
You can donate to your favorite fighter, whatever one you're buying for. If you want to support the fighter, you can donate any amount. 100% of the donations go to the fighter whose code you put in if you feel like donating. So yes, don't forget that while you go purchase the live stream. Like I said, it's sold out. There are no more tickets available. So click that link and keep clicking that link until fight night.
All right, guys.
Tell everybody at home. Everybody should be watching this event. Take care. Cage Titans 51. Kicking off 2022 with a bang. Let's go.
and broadcast.
That's it. Done. Over with.
Oh, let's end with the commercial.
Gotta get that ad revenue going.
Oh yeah, we got to get this. No.
I'm gonna tax you on it. You better be at least make the scale. I'm gonna tax you on it.
I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I want the money, the pride, respect, and I heard you know so-and-so, you not a threat, cause I really know so-and-so, they like my family, so they gon' pretend that they cool till they bust up your motherfucking chest. Getting gutter, my flow been like butter, my check in the bank. They see the number, all of my haters feel one of two ways. Really upset or they show some respect. I can't even think about it. I've been up, so read about it. No beat around it, straight to it, no ring around it. You coming for me, we'll see about it. We'll never see it when I get my feet up. 100 meters away, I run the fee up. And go for king and none of mine pia. I had to re-up on a reel, so you said the feeder. And put it back into the bit, cause I don't really need it. I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I had to put all their egos in check. You're not entitled to anything else. I get 10 years of this under my belt. Your art is an art, they don't feel it, and nobody hears it. Initiative stay on the shelf. Your ego done got in the way. You gotta die today. It gotta go. You should be happy I lighten the load. The weight of your arrogance, heavy as stone. I make an appearance, they already know. That chip on your shoulder gon' crumble and fold, yeah. It's not a secret that you have been fearing the shit that I'm on, so you back to the brag and the boast. But I'm in a class of my own. I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check.